Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. I'm the best guy ever. Today, we're joined by Hippocrit. Ed and Eddie. That's you. Mage.
I was
Lethal
ill,
Aurora version.
but I got better just in time for this podcast, so you won't get to miss me.
Wow.
How unfortunate.
Darn.
Tom Oliver's here.
I've become games so much. I am dreaming in code. I'm not kidding. This has happened multiple times now. Please give me money so I can make more games.
Is this from playing video games?
No,
this
is from making video games. I've been coding so much.
No.
I'm starting to think in if-else statements in real time.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Good. And we've got Digibro here.
I, on the other hand, have been dreaming about weed and having it back because I miss it.
How long's it been?
You're all I ever
It's
wanted.
been over 2 months.
You're all I ever
there you go.
needed.
I remembered that the world is a
Congratulations.
nihilistic nightmare and that you're not supposed to live it sober.
I'm well.
You disgust
I don't
me.
know. What's up with that? Is
Hey, you didn't introduce me,
what?
you fuck.
Oh shit.
Don't you know I have feelings?
In my weed-induced
I didn't
stupor,
know.
I forgot that Ben Saint is also here.
Yeah, don't you forget it. Don't wear... That's my name, don't wear it out. Patreon.
There he is.
That's my name. Don't wear it out by not saying Ben ever again.
Here's a thought. Should you ever do drugs?
Yes.
Like ever. I think I want to say no. I want to say no.
I want to say, all right. I was
you wanna
talking to
die.
a guy in my Discord who was saying, fuck alcohol, I hate it, sucks.
Yeah.
And I was arguing the case for trying alcohol once in your life to at least know whether
That seems
you enjoy the feeling of being tipsy and getting a bit loose.
Well,
'Cause
why
this
don't you
guy-
try jumping off
this-
a cliff? Got to try it once, see how it goes.
Because,
right?
it's undeniably does good things if you take a little bit of it every so often in the right context and the right
Are
circumstances.
you talking about like the health benefits of drinking wine or something?
No,
It's
I'm just talking about
No.
like the social benefits and the relaxation that it brings
Yeah.
when you're just a little bit tipsy and you don't need to think so hard about everything and you're not anxious anymore.
I
and
wish
you have
it had that
and
effect on me.
the most important thing is that when you're at a party, you have something in your hand and you don't look weird, and you don't think you look weird because you have something in your hand.
I mean, you
I
can
got my
drink... You
dick
can
in my
drink...
hand at every party I'm at.
You
I
can-
look great.
You can drink anything.
I always am walking around just carrying something to make me feel less weird, but then half the time what I'm carrying is weird. And then I get looked
I'm
at
literally
basketball.
Atlas shrugged walking around. I am Atlas.
You know what you
carrying
do?
the weight of the world
Here's
on my
a
shoulders.
move. Here's a move that I have never successfully tried out. But one day I intend to do it because it sounds great and I see no downsides. Is you go to a party or to a bar, or you go to a bar where everybody's drinking like beer, and you order a champagne flute. You order a flute of champagne. And then you go around and you toast everyone with your flute of champagne. And I imagine that you would look like the coolest guy in the world doing this.
When you say
I
flute,
suppose.
do you mean like the musical instrument
Yeah, I was
filled
gonna
with
ask.
alcohol?
No, God
that's what
damn
a
it!
champagne
You
glass is called.
fucking Eurotrash! Don't you speak English?
No.
Wait,
The flute is the musical
it's
Old
instrument.
champagne glass. You know.
When you see people
it a-
drinking champagne on New Year's Eve, that's a flute.
is it a flute or a
I-
flume?
It's a flute.
I
assure
just
you.
imagine a glass. Who? What?
I'm walking around with a trombone full of beer.
my brain is just colliding the ideas of a flute and like a glass. It's like
Just
what?
imagine
it's like, whoa,
a
like,
wine
what?
glass,
What?
but thinner.
I
Wow.
have
But it's
imagined
pretty
it. I'm
thin
just
already.
thinking.
No, it isn't. It's round. A regular
Just,
wine glass is
okay.
round.
This has got to be the
Google
most boring
champagne
discussion
flute.
we've ever
Yeah.
had on the
I
Procrastinators
cannot
podcast of all
Google
time.
it.
Bongo
It's
drum
close.
filled with chocolate milk.
I mean, we've got a couple of strong contenders for that role, for that title.
Yeah, I guess
for that
so.
dubious
Dude,
distinction.
I had a great dream the other day. It was
Yeah.
about blacks and
Yes.
blacks living
I wasn't
together
gonna say
and
it,
having
but
respect
I
for
was
the fellow
thinking it.
man.
Hashtag Kickmage 2018.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody.
You didn't kick nothing.
I'm just going to make the case that you know what? I'm just gonna get into a topic. Here's a topic. I'm throwing it out there.
Not one of these.
Here's the topic. I've been saving this for like a month now. We haven't gotten to this. Fine, I don't care. But here's what it is. It's the fact that that thing that you've been waiting for forever to come out. Examples. Card Sagas Wars was this game that took like literally 15 years to come out. Like
Are we
Final
just talking
Fantasy
about
15.
Kingdom Hearts 3 right
Kingdom
now?
Hearts 3. Yes. Here's
All right, here's
my
your
topic
first
those
problem:
things
waiting and wanting things to come out.
Just quick interruption.
And
I actually
having emotions and wanting and liking things. That's
quick
the first problem.
quick interruption. Quickly, I Googled champagne flute, and it's not thinner; it's longer, Ben. No, you're
It's
English.
fucking thinner
It's a
than a
long
wine
thin-
glass. Jesus,
Oh,
Jesus
okay.
Christ!
All right,
Why do you
look.
doubt me? Why do you undermine me, Mage?
Here's what the topic is. The topic is that those things that you've been waiting to come out forever will be massively disappointing 100% of the time, and that it is never ever worth the wait, and that you're fucking yourself over to even continue to care, like
Yeah,
for any amount of time.
absolutely.
Well, Nate, you solved the discussion, and now we can move on.
Yes. Did anyone? I mean, here's like a counterexample. Ridley getting into Smash was the opposite of that, and that was a good thing.
That was
How
the
do
thing
you know?
that
That's, like,
wasn't
different, though.
announced. That was like said no,
true.
it's not happening. And so to cling to it is a meme, and therefore just funny
Well, Nate,
on and of
That's
itself.
exactly what it is.
To counter a little bit here, Nate, what about an example that you've done a video on? Doom 2016 was in hell forever, and then it came out, and it fucking ruled. And it was the best thing of all time. And
Wait, what was this? I missed it.
Doom 2016. That game
Doom 2016
was in a miasma development hell, and it almost became Call of Doom, and that looked really bad. But then they fixed it, and now it looks
Okay,
fantastic.
it's been 2 years already.
Were people
oh my
actually
God.
waiting for that
distinction-
game specifically, though? Was that happen, or was that like a game that they're like, oh god, okay, we've got the Doom IP. Okay, I guess now we'll make a new game. It's been forever, but we'll finally make something.
I think that
and then they
the
make it.
distinction of like what you're talking about is when there is a promise and you're waiting for it to be fulfilled. Like I don't know
Yes.
who was like waiting for Doom. I guess maybe it was announced, but I never heard about it until it was a real game. So
I mean,
potentially Doom
I was never
2016.
big in the FPS Doom scene. I guess I'm still not, but I played that game and loved it. But
But like-
yeah,
but
like I don't think
the-
that game
the
was like
idea-
announced the way like the Final Fantasy 15 was like announced as a different game 10 years ago, and transformed and changed, and all these new trailers came out and stuff. And that comes out, and it was, some people like it. I have many criticisms of it. Kingdom Hearts 3 still not out. I can already tell 100% it's not going to be as good as everyone wants it to be in all these millions of ways. Maybe it'll be good in other ways.
You gotta live your
I don't
life
know.
by the coda. High hopes, low expectations. Always.
Yeah.
Always expect the worst. Never expect it to be good. Never go into anything like... Because... and
Sounds
Yahtzee Croshaw broke this down perfectly one time. He said, if you go into something with high expectations, there's two possibilities. They'll be met and you'll be happy, or they won't be and you'll be upset. If you go into everything with low expectations, the two possibilities are that it will suck and you'll be like, well, I expected this, or it will be great and you'll be like, wow, what a pleasant surprise. So, like, no matter what, if you go in with low expectations, the odds are always in your emotional favor. So just never
But you're just
expect anything to be
miserable,
good.
and you're not as happy as
How
you
is
would
it
be otherwise.
miserable?
All right.
Why would you be happy clinging to hope on
operating.
something that ultimately
you're
fails?
operating under a cynical lens 100%
No, all right.
of the time.
I don't consider it cynical to approach life that way.
all right,
Like I
I
said,
gotta
high hopes,
go with
low
Digi on this
expectations.
one. Listen,
I-
it's
Wait, let Gibbs say his piece,
it's like fucking Buddhism. You gotta release your attachment. Like getting hyped
the
for things
foundation
is just
of
a
Buddhism
form
is
of
that
like
life is
attachment to
suffering.
material things, and not even
I
just
think-
material things, just attachment to an idea that may fail to come to pass and will cause you pain. Relinquishing your attachment to these things will save you pain.
Yeah, it's not like the idea is not to force yourself to think like artificially expect things to be worse than you think they are. It's to strive to have that viewpoint, because I don't think of it like that, but I do operate on that like low expectations sort of thing. I don't think anything's good until I see a lot of praise by a lot of people that I respect.
I mean, I don't see
hate
any
hype
reason.
and I don't like it.
I see no reason to expect anything to be good. Like, there's nothing that would convince me other than, like, okay.
You people are so depressing.
I don't
get how you find this depressing.
I don't.
Nothing
Yeah,
is more
I don't.
depressing to me
Because
than
being hyped is fun as fuck.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
Being
is.
hyped-
It's
when I see
immoral
people
to be
being-
hyped.
No,
It's
no,
immoral.
no, it's
Okay,
super
like,
fun.
okay, there's like
Being
two different
excited for something
mentalities
is fun, and
here.
when you're let down, your excitement
All right.
becomes righteous
Okay,
fury,
when I
and
see
that's
people-
also fun.
Okay, guys, though,
It's
like
boring.
Tom is like, it's about the journey, not the destination, sort of guy. And Digi is more about the destination,
You're
not
not
the
taking
journey.
a journey by waiting
It's
for
not
something
a-
to
yeah,
come
yeah.
out.
I'm like, no.
I
Well,
know.
Digi,
She's right.
when you get
I
involved.
know what you're talking about. I kind of get what you're talking about. I remember, okay, I guess I have mixed feelings. I'm mostly on Digi's side. I wasted 2 years of my life being hyped for Spore to come out. And I admit that following Spore and waiting for its development was a journey, but it was a journey from happiness to sadness.
I get
And it was a purely masturbatory
Okay.
exercise.
I'm not
Like,
taking a
smart
side
thing
here.
to do.
It's
It's
none
not
of us,
something
none of
to
us
do.
here can
You
talk
need to
about
not worry
when
about
we
it.
don't
Goddamn, let me finish
masturbate.
the
It
point.
felt
You
like
should
something
not
was
worry about
happening,
it.
but it was nothing. It was wasted time, and it was dumb.
That's like
I'm
art in
just-
its entirety.
I don't get why being like naturally cynical. Like, I don't go out of my way to push down happy thoughts, and if I am hyped for something, I don't like destroy that. I just naturally
You know what it is?
through
But why
like
would
having
you
a cynical
be
lens
hype
of
in the
things.
first place? That's the mistake.
Because it's fun. It's fun to be
Tom,
hyped.
well,
Well,
You need
I'm
to-
very
okay,
sensible
let-
when I'm hyped. Like, I was hyped for Dark Souls 3 because I knew Miyazaki was coming back, and I had a pretty good idea that was
That was the
thing that
only
would make
game
it
I've ever been
good.
really hyped for, is Dark Souls 3. I legit let myself get hyped because I was very confident it would be good, but that's because there were, like, gameplay trailers where, like, you could see people play the game, and I could tell, okay, all the things I hated about Dark Souls 2 are rectified, and I could tell that just by looking at it for a second, you know? Because
I'm
Dark
hyped
Souls
for a
2, the
bunch of
animations
things
are the biggest
right
problem.
now, and I'm not ashamed. I'm excited.
Tom,
Well, you don't have to be
you need to
ashamed.
replace. You got to replace
But you
the
should.
excitement that you get from being
Well, yeah.
hype with the power that you can draw from looking down on people who get hype about things.
No, just
See,
absolutely.
that's why my
as,
life.
as evidenced by this
Well, see-
conversation.
Yeah.
Guys,
You all,
ways you
you
can-
all disgust me.
Look, being
disagree
hyped
with
is an
both of
immoral
you,
action that
honestly.
no one should do. But we're human and we sin and we're flawed. So, like,
Paige,
for example, I would say that I'm somewhat hype about the Trigger Show Pro Mare. That is, it's like the next, Gurren Lagann Kill
let
la
me-
Kill
let me-
Pro Mare.
Let me
'cause it's
have an
Nakashima
argument.
and Imaishi.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
okay.
should be the most hype about that show out of anything, right? Because Kill la
Yeah.
Kill and Gurren Lagann, both in my top 10. Imaishi is
Yeah.
my favorite director. But first of all, the show looks like it's going to be in CG. I'm not the biggest
Yes.
fan of CG.
The details are where you hit questions. Yeah.
And then I've also known that Trigger doesn't always make the best show I've ever seen, Wasn't into Darling in the Franxx, really. So, I look at this show and I
Unpopular
Spoilers
opinion.
for your next
Didn't-
video.
I didn't like that one. I didn't like Luluco. I thought Luluco was really dumb and a waste of my time. There,
Well,
I said it.
that's-
I said it.
that's
fair
fine.
enough. It was pretty short, though.
so-
Pretty short.
So,
well,
I-
it wasn't a
too
waste
much
of
of your
much
time.
time.
I think Promare, like,
alright.
on the one, I have high hopes for it. I hope it's great. But why would I expect it to be great? Because that's just setting myself up for potential disappointment. If it turns out to be great, I'll be like, fuck yeah, this is, like, and then I can be hype about it for the rest of my life once it's great. Like, why would I want to be hype in the year and a half leading up to it when I can be hype for the next 70 years afterwards that I live with the show existing?
Because my
I
life
just-
is
I-
so empty of meaning and hope and dreams and good things going on that I have
Alright.
to vicariously live through the excitement of other things.
This-
that
Just
aren't
get
out
excited
yet.
for
work on.
things that
Hippo has
already
something to
exist.
say. Okay, guys. Hippo.
Whoa. Well, I think the thing that I'm having, like, I'm not feeling. Trying to think of the way to say it. I feel this way, but I can't control it. Like, I just am the sort of person who is more cynical and expects things to be not that interesting or not that good. And I see things like that. I don't think of it as like a thing you can switch off or change
Tisk,
necessarily.
tisk.
Yeah.
You can't.
Okay,
You can't
this is-
switch it off. You can't switch it off. You gotta burn it out of yourself. You gotta
Okay.
sear it out with a
But
red
what I'm
hot
saying,
iron.
This is how I
Scissors
feel.
like
When
this.
what I'm saying is that when Tom is saying, like, how can you live like that? I'm like, well, how can you live like that? How?
Yeah.
How do I?
Sure.
Okay, guys, let me
Just-
say how I deal
I
with this.
wanna know.
Then
I'm
shut
gonna
up,
write this
please.
down, and I'm going to publish
kindly.
a book about it, and I'm not going to say it out loud ever because it's not possible.
Okay, okay, so this is how I deal, and I don't expect anyone else to be able to deal with stuff like this the way I do. And so this is how I do it. So I hear about a thing and I'm like, oh neat, I kind of like the idea of this thing. And then I completely forget about it until it actually comes out. And when it comes out I go like, oh neat, that's fun.
That's exactly what I'm describing as like the perfect way to be.
I just what's the point of waiting 1.5 years and like expecting and just being on edge? Doesn't frustrate me. It just like it makes me anxious. It's just like I want it to come out. I want it to come out, and just taking time out of my day thinking about it. Like that's how you live.
Me. But I bet if like your favorite thing was getting a sequel, you would share
I would.
Dragon Age
perfect logical machine. We're all
like I like Dragon Age, and I'm kind of worried about it because of what EA's been up to and BioWare and stuff. But I don't spend time thinking about it or stressing over it. And there's another game, an indie game that's going to come out in like 2 or 3 years called Temtems or something like that. It's kind of like a Pokemon MMO sort of, but it's not Pokemon. And I was pretty excited to see about that. Yeah, like I don't remember what exactly they predicted the launch or whatever. It was like, oh, that looks neat. I really want to play it right now. Best forget about it for the next 2 or 3 years.
It's an unfortunate reality that we've gone into a time in the world where it's now very common to like be introduced to something 2 or 3 years before it will come out, and that's not even that long.
All right, look, I want to make the
argument.
That's
a fucking lifetime.
I
that
really
is a lifetime.
I really look down on people who get hype about shit because of the fact that I think it is ignorant consumer practice. We live in a world where most of the time the shit that they post about something before it comes out is a fucking lie. Like, either it's not going to be that way, even if it's not necessarily a lie, it just probably won't turn out that way. And, like, after Dark Souls 2, like, there's no... Like, that game literally looks completely different from the final product. Or, like, Watch Dogs or any of these games that had, like, this crazy marketing push, and then the game comes out and is nothing like that. It's like, if you get hyped for a game before it's out, before there's reviews telling you, that you trust, telling you that it's good, like... You are,
you know what people should keep in mind for this?
Dumb.
I've written down.
People should keep in mind the fact that, like, okay, the day that Steve Jobs did the demo for the original iPhone when it was first announced, and he showed off so many features that could go all in one, like it could do all this stuff at the same time. He could call people, he could use these apps, etc., etc. Behind the scenes, like, this was basically a lie that people just don't care about, because what was actually going on was behind the scenes they had slapped together this like hodgepodge piece of shit that technically was able to do just the exact features that were demonstrated. But if he had done like anything out of sequence, the whole phone like would have exploded and broke and things would have gone to shit. Like, it happened to work correctly in this one small way that they created the demo for, but like, was this a functional piece that was actually ready to be shipped? No. And in a way, there is a deception there, which is similar to how, like, for example, like all these game trailers that are made and all this stuff is made like on super high rig PCs and shit that can run these kind of games at way better like resolution and have all kinds of like better graphics than they're eventually going to ship the thing with. So you've got to know every time there's something like this, you're being lied to at least a little bit.
Hippo, you said you wrote something down?
I wrote down my stance. I now understand what it is.
Okay.
Until I have experienced a thing, it doesn't exist, and there's no reason to have an opinion on it.
That's the best way to be.
Also, I'm mostly hype about the things that I am going to make or I'm trying to make because they're in my brain and I can't escape that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanna,
so I'm
well,
hype about whatever I'm doing. Like other things that I don't know the entire backstory of, I can only really feel anything about it once I have, or as I am experiencing it.
The world should work like this. People, and I wish it worked like this 100% of the time, all the time. Person who's making something is obsessed about it, is deep into it, and doesn't talk about it to anyone. They keep it to themselves. They then release it and instantly, completely forget about it because it just exists as an isolated art piece that can never be touched or edited. Then they move on to something else and they do it again. And everyone, they only know about this thing once it's out and then can actually see what was produced, judge it, and then we work on it.
Literally unworkable, but okay.
I normally don't.
Well, it would be my idea.
Why is that unworkable?
Possible.
Because we live in a capitalist society where you have to make money, so the hype cycle is like necessary from a business
don't
standpoint.
Say that. Don't sound so disappointed, Tom. You fucking communist.
I'm not, because I like the hype cycle. I'm hyped for Devil May Cry 5. I'm hyped for the Doom Eternal. I'm hyped for fucking something else, Metroid Prime 3.
Hey, did you
Let
see?
me tell you, Tom.
Okay,
wait,
all right.
you're making me realize. Well, not realize. I was already thinking about it. But my big problem with like what I call hype beasts and like specifically games that are like that get that super hype culture around them. Not just games, I guess, anything. But what I hate about the hype beast culture is that so much energy and excitement gets put into something that's not out yet, and it makes it so nobody goes back. Like, people get so excited about what's coming next, and that's all they fixate on. Is like, oh man, I can't wait for this game. I'm saving up for this game. Like, you're already, like, mentally making space for this game in your life. And it's like, dude, take that energy and just go play an old game that's great that you haven't played yet and get hype about that.
Both. It's funny you mention that, because I get the same, like, I mean, I'm hyped for all these new games, but at the same time, like, I'm working on a 16-bit retro-style game right now, so I've just been blasting... I don't know if you've been hearing it from my room, but like Mega Drive, like music, like the entire time just to keep me in the mindset of it. And one of the tracks came on for TMNT Hyperstone Heist. I'm like, whoa, this soundtrack is fucking legit. And then I got hyped to play that game, and I want to go on eBay, I want to buy it, I want to play it because it sounds cool. So
I've
always get hyped for everything. Just be hyped for everything that's cool.
I just experienced from my friends
but
a lot
nothing's cool.
Oh my god!
God damn! I can't even remember the last time I was hyped. It's like now. Okay,
That's why you're miserable, Ben.
Here's how I feel. Like, I see a thing, I see a cool game, and I think, boy, I wish that could make me feel something.
Well, there's some deeper issues there, unfortunately.
I've always been around people who like. They are just constantly looking forward to the next one, and like my brother Victor, like he plays.
But they're all the same.
Dozens and
they're all
dozens
the
of games.
same. God damn.
Yeah, and like people,
Not all.
when people complain about modern
once
games,
in a century something interesting comes around. I guess
I blame stagnation entirely on this hype culture, because it's always people getting hype about a new thing, and then it comes out and they all play it, and whether it ultimately turns out to be good or disappointing will be sussed out in the aftermath, but the only reason that game gets played by so many people is that it was hyped, is that the hype cycle existed. And so there's so many times where like people will be like, oh, modern games, they're so shitty because every new big game that comes out sucks. It's like, well, stop making big games, stop making a big deal about a new game. Just go play something else that is reviewed
reminds
well,
me of a thing I wanted to, like, because it's related to hype culture. Like, I don't particularly mind people getting hype, people getting happy about things. It's not gonna bother me, you know. But what bothers me though a little bit is pre-order culture, which is kind of like tied with what
I consider that a part of hype culture.
I've never pre-ordered a game, and I never will.
Wait, fuck.
Same here.
Good.
God damn it. I was gonna say, I'm big on. All right, so I'm like a super late adopter of anything. I really believe in letting other people do the work for me.
Same.
So
that's why you'll be happy. You'll be happy someday, Ben. You're just a late adopter of it. That's okay.
Yeah. So you know, I don't get hyped for things that are coming out.
Ben's a late adopter of like food. He prefers to let other people try it first and then reach into the garbage to try what they've already tested.
Let me fucking get this out. I don't, I don't get hyped for shit. I'll be like, okay, whatever. I'll let it come out. I'll let it be out for a year, and I'll wait. And if people talk, like, I only like try anything if like I hear it recommended by like multiple people. This is kind of my sort of the pattern I've fallen into, is that I basically don't check out anything unless multiple unrelated sources have told me like, this is cool, you should check it out.
You're the late majority / laggard of the bell curve.
I am a laggard. Yes, I am a big laggard. But at least I'm not a blaggard. Haha. Did anyone fucking get that joke?
Yes, because I know that word.
Do you guys know that word? Okay, cool.
What does it mean?
Viewers, if you don't know that word, fuck you.
How dare you?
Laggard.
You probably say, viewer, hey,
scoundrel,
viewer, I'm calling you out.
unprincipled, contemptible person.
You probably say blackguard, you bitch.
That's a cool word too, but
yeah, but it's
something
wrong.
different. Yeah, all right.
All those times you played a Dungeons and Dragons and you were a paladin and your DM was like, I'm gonna be real clever and trick you into falling, and you thought you were a blackguard. Nope, you were wrong the whole time.
I always play.
You were in fact a blackguard. Get fucked.
Well, I mean, this topic is essentially, I sure hate how reality is. Wish I could do anything about it. That's a shame.
I mean, yeah, that was my next point.
Yeah. What's the deal with reality anyway?
Well, my next point was like the hype cycle, like Tom was saying, that's like capitalism, you have to do it. And I'm like, well, I don't like it then. I don't like the system.
But there's no way to change and there's nothing better. It's just,
I'm gonna make video games in the woods and release them in the woods, and you can only find them by digging under the trees to find little cartridges.
Ironically, if you did that and talked about it, it would generate some hype.
I would only do it after it has fallen out of relevancy, so they can't pre-order it.
People are going to be
pre-order your ditch, and then you have to go find it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We've talked about this enough.
In closing, Cyberpunk 2077 looks fucking lit, and I can't wait to see more of it. Get fucked.
I haven't looked into it.
I think it's also that I'm very easily sated by things I have already done. Like, I replay a lot of games, I rewatch a lot of things. You know, I've rewatched, like, most of John Grumps and a lot of Dan Grumps, like, multiple times over. And all that. Like, I find a thing that I like and I stay with it, and I don't really feel the need to see anything new.
Hippo, that brings me to a question for everybody. How easy is it for you to, like, get recommendations? Because for me, like, the reason that I go out of my way to watch every single anime is that I've never known anybody with close enough taste of mine to rely on them. Like, and that kind of goes for all mediums. Like, I think most people have, like, a critic who they're like, oh, this guy has the same taste as me, so whatever he gives a positive score, I'll check out. Or they more broadly can just go to Metacritic and, like, whatever is broadly considered good, they end up liking. In my case, it's like, it's so unreliable because so often the thing I like will be talked about by nobody, or it'll be totally underrated, and then the thing that everybody loves I watch and I think is fucking terrible. So, like, I've just been like, fuck it, I can't rely on anyone, I'm just going to consume absolutely everything.
I used to be entirely Metacritic and stuff driven. I used to be like, oh, this game got a good review, because I had, like, GamePro and EGM and all those mags back in the day, and that's how I would, like, make my purchasing decisions. But there have been a couple times when I've played games, like, the last, like, I don't know, 5 or so years, that were critically either panned or just, like, okay, that I thought were fantastic. So my new thing is just, like, if it just looks cool, I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't care if it has, like, a 1. Maybe I'll like it.
Yeah.
Because they're not me. They don't know what I would enjoy. They just know what they enjoy. And fuck them. I'm better.
When it comes to getting recommendations, and I think I feel like a lot of people probably feel the same way. It's incredibly hard for me to, like, even you people, even anyone in my life, it's incredibly hard for me to take a recommendation seriously.
Right.
And, like, for example, when I've been doing streams for a while, and like, there's been people in there saying, like, Nate, watch this movie Gattaca from 1997. It's the best. This guy Takuto and a bunch of other people were memeing me to watch Gattaca, and they were trying in little ways to tell me why I would like it so much. It's very utilitarian. It's very like, try real hard and overcome the odds. And I finally gave him to watch. Literally
Battlestar Gattaca.
Gattaca. Yeah, that's basically
classic.
Like, it was good, and I did enjoy it. But, like, it took literally months of these people memeing me over and over to watch it before I would give in. Whereas, if I just go, this is what I do. This is how I actually get recommendations. I go to people who I don't know who they are, so I don't know if I should or should not trust them, which is just 4chan. I just go to 4chan, look to see what anybody likes, and I'm like, that's the thing. I'll go, like, this person, they've got no stake in this. There's no ego involved. I'll go watch the thing they're recommending because they liked it.
I'll tell you, the best board on 4chan for recommending things is Mew. And it's because not only do they have, like, tons of charts for, like, every conceivable genre, so if you like a specific genre, you can use that, but it's pretty normal on there to post chart threads where people will have literally their top 100 albums, and that's such a huge sample size that, like, if I find someone who's got, like, 20 of the same albums I like, I can be like, okay, I'm gonna listen to some of the shit in this guy's top 10 and see if I'll like it. And even then, it's rare that I even find anything, but, like, I don't know, it seems like I've just got to traverse, like, this insane amount of crap to find anything that I'm gonna like. And but I consider myself really good at recommending stuff to people. I don't recommend things often, but, like, if I see something I think one of you guys will like, I'm usually pretty confident about it. And I usually get positive feedback on it. So I hope I've been a good recommender.
For me,
music seems like a format where you'll, like, like it's because it's like brief. You can consume a lot, so I can see why you do a lot.
It's a lot easier to just burn through, like, you know. I mean, and you can tell pretty quickly. Like, you can listen to the first song on an album and usually get a good sense of if this is your vibe, you know.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about anime, though. I can watch like 3 minutes and know, you know.
How contentious.
For me, it's a little hard. Like if someone comes up to me and be like, "Hey, it seems like you sing," and like it depends on my mood and how I'm feeling that day. Like if I feel like watching anime, I might give it a watch, but that's a very big might. But most of the time, the more people recommend something to me, the less inclined I am to watch it. So, for instance, a lot of people, like, I haven't watched, Evangelion, and people always like greet me with like a gasp whenever I say that. It's like, you haven't seen that?
I don't really think you would like Ava. Like, that would not strike me as your taste.
Yeah, exactly.
I recommend you Angels of Death. I know you'll like that show. I don't know about Ava.
Yeah, I don't like mechas, and it's an old anime, which, I mean, old animes can be good, but...
Okay, first of all, Ava's not old, and second of all, it's not really that mecha-driven.
Well...
That's...
You know what they say?
And third of all,
the anime of my anime is my friend.
Well, it's just like the mecha genre is probably the most like sorely misunderstood genre in anime, because people always say like, "Oh, I don't care
like
about mecha," and it's like mecha shows are always about characters. They're just like any other show. Like they're just a show where like instead of superpowers we have robots. Like that's the only difference. Now,
that's the thing, though. Like, I know you said this before, and I did take note. But the thing is, for me, is like, there's like a lot of anime out there, and why should I force myself to watch it in like an anime in a setting that I don't particularly like? I don't really like sci-fi
I think that's fair.
or robots.
Sure. I really think that with anime, the fetish is the point, as I've said in the purpose of anime video, where like, I mean, and I really would say this about all art, because art is all basically saying the same shit. Like the messages are all pretty similar at the core of it. It's either about understanding yourself or about understanding how you fit into society.
You know, that's a good summary of kind of my point in my last Weagua, why manga is better than anime, where I just said, like, look, I just like anime. That's why I watch it. Like, I could just read a book about the same shit. I just like the things that are generally going on here.
And that's why I'm here. Like all art is basically trying to get to the same couple of points. So the question is like, what is it that resonates with you specifically? Because like, let's say that there's like the hero's journey, for instance. There's like 10 million things that are the hero's journey, but like, if you don't feel like you connect with the broad bell curve idea of the hero, then you need a different hero to take that journey, you know? So like that's why there's always people who are like they try to make like the same show except the protagonist is a girl, or the same show except it's a black guy, just because like it might be easier for certain people to connect with, even though it's basically the same story. So like,
there's a value to that.
So I think that with anime, it's for autistic people. Like, if you can't relate to live action stuff, then you need something where the characters are like openly expressive and have big meme hype shit because you're dumb. So that's why we all
just like the aesthetic of anime without being literally autistic.
No.
Why is that not allowed? Why?
No.
Why?
Because why? Have you ever met someone who liked anime and wasn't autistic?
Look,
have you looked in the mirror, Nate?
My parents' generation, like, don't even understand what, like, cartoons are, or that you can, like, convey emotion in animation. But I do get, like, what am I gonna do? Like, just go watch Seinfeld and, like, pretend that gives me all the stuff that, like... look, like you said, I'm sure there's a live-action movie with a hero's journey in it. That's what that means, and with with themes of overpopulation, exactly the same as like Gurren Lagann. Why can't I just like the way Gurren Lagann tells that story?
You can,
without being literally autistic, because I'm not like looking at actual live actors, whatever. What's with this obsession with autism all the time? I don't get it. What's going on here? You're always bringing it up. Please explain to me why everything's about autism. Am I missing something?
It would take too long. I don't want to go through that again. Did you watch the Only Yesterday podcast?
No, but
go watch that. I go on and on and on about it in that.
Okay, all right.
But
Maybe
anyways,
for more info.
But so
I'm sorry.
Point just being that like it's all about the fetishistic elements. Like there's no reason to watch one anime over another other than that this one resonates with you as opposed to that one. Like there's no real I don't think it's defensible to say like, oh, you have to watch this show because it's deep. It's like, no, all anime is about the same shit. Ava is about the same goddamn shit as anything else. It's an extremely well-told story, and that makes it a great show. I fucking love it. But like, if someone's like, oh, I don't care for this aesthetic, I'd be like, well, then go watch something with an aesthetic you do care for. Which is why Mage needs to watch Angels of Death, because it is literally...
Yeah.
Mage the show. Like
it has a cute spooky boy with the scythe and I like it already.
Excellent.
Getting back to the whole recommendation thing, I've thought about it, and I it's always been really difficult for people to recommend me things, and I don't think anyone can. When it comes to like looking at YouTube reviews of things, there's no like gaming reviewer that I actually go to for advice or like a recommendation. I usually just watch them for entertainment or just like an exhaustive look at something. Matthew Matosis comes the closest, but that's because what he talks about is basically everything.
Hippo,
the only actual reviewer who's like decent, the only actual reviewer I could actually watch not for the jokes is basically Super Bunny Hop. Because everyone else will put it like for example, like a Kadikarus or even a Pro Jared. They put too many terrible jokes in their content to actually be enjoyable, whereas Super Bunny Hop is like kind of lighthearted, but really is just like a real journalist who will do the due diligence, and I can respect.
I was gonna say that because it's so difficult for people to recommend me things, and there's nobody out there that really understands exactly my thing the way that I do. That's the reason I have this whole thing of wanting to analyze the games that I like, so that I understand what about them is the good part, and
Hippo,
so I can understand that in new games if I see them.
I'm pretty confident that I could recommend you things. It's just that I feel like you've played anything I would recommend you, and I don't know if that's because there's not enough games you would like, or if it's because I don't know enough games. But, like, I feel confident I could find you shit you'd enjoy.
Well, maybe.
Have you ever played Chantilly's?
I
think you'd probably enjoy that.
That's the one with the
I did Cool Girl games on it. Yeah, way back.
Yeah.
The biggest failure.
I mean, I liked the look
channel.
of that. That was kind of cute looking.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy that game. It's pretty short, too, so if you felt like playing a random Steam game. I don't think it would be, like, your favorite or anything, but...
I've been...
Guys, I think we need a new topic here.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I've been swiping Tinder sluts.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm up to, bitches. Yeah.
Any good
just
ones?
A cavalcade.
Just
a cavalcade.
Have you had any
fucking
luck?
sluts. You
I want to know how that's going, Ben.
It's just who's this? We got Angela.
Sounds like a slut.
Yeah, she's got a nose ring. Definite
that's not
slut.
good.
Yeah,
that's a big
we're
slut
in.
Indicator,
We're in, boys. We're in. This is going down. So
Angela, I would like to apologize on behalf of the Procrastinators podcast for the words we've said against you on this day.
So that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm into these days.
Ben's locking them down left and right. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the games, though, I've been...
Oh, god damn it.
Not more games.
Yes,
all right.
Games. Last week I was ill, like I said, and during my ill time, I found a game on 3DS, and I've been playing it, and it's really mediocre. Like, it doesn't stand out too much. It has some interesting ideas and stuff.
That's what I want to hear about Mage on my podcast. Tell me about these mediocre games. That's what I'm all about.
I've been having so much fun with it, despite, I kind of wanted to recommend it to someone, but then I thought, it doesn't really stand out too much from other, JRPGs.
What is it? What game is it?
It has a long title, one of my gripes with it.
Oh, shit.
7th Dragon 3 Code something. It's like a 3-letter word code.
God, what is this? Is this the next Kingdom Hearts spin-off? Kingdom Hearts 7th Dragon
like
3?
That's less ridiculous than you'd think.
It has a really neat system of all the playable characters that you can play. You can actually choose the appearance of, name, even voice. I really like that you can choose their voices and class as well, and you can change those at any time. So
you know what?
that's cool.
I do feel sometimes that I enjoy complete shit, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about music.
Like sometimes they'll be
my love of Nightcore is well documented.
Nightcore
I
is
actually made a video about that. The puzzle
what?
Pirates video is a video about a game that is kind of terrible, but I just enjoy it so much for no reason.
That's true.
Ben, I think that Nightcore, much like Eurobeat, is inherently good. Like, I don't
Really?
I don't think
Really?
you can make
Ridiculous.
I don't think you can make a Nightcore or Eurobeat song that is not enjoyable.
Are you sure you guys are talking about the same kind of
You could definitely
Nightcore?
pick the wrong song to do.
Well, okay, I haven't listened to that much Nightcore, but like, it's one of those things where like just inherently the style of it is they're all the same song basically.
Are we? I mean, technically,
Okay,
all
Ben's
you have to
defining
do.
Nightcore as speeding up a song and raising the pitch.
Technically,
Like, that
all
is
Nightcore is just a song sped up. Like,
But, like,
do
but-
that,
okay,
and technically,
right.
it's
What it-
Nightcore.
Ben,
What
what
it
happens if you
always
speed up a
is-
Nightcore song?
That's a good question.
What a Nightcore song always is, though, is some kind of Japanese dance song that is sped up and pitch shifted up.
Oh
and
no,
so, like,
not always.
or
no.
should be. It should be.
Come Clean by Hilary Duff. Recommendation.
Okay, obviously there's a lot of meme Nightcore out there that doesn't fall
Yeah.
into the category of what I'm talking about, but like the vast majority of Nightcore is just sped up Japanese dance songs.
I can
like,
agree that
usually
certain songs
otaku
I wanna-
can
I wanna-
sound
I
good
wanna
when
relate
they're
a
sped
story.
up because like of the like beats like being fast and stuff, and it's fun. But I wouldn't
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't go as far as to say all Nightcore is inherently good.
I want to relate a story from my real life, from my real internet life. So me and Munchie were commentating on the Soul Cup on twitch.tv/rowdyfrickers cop killers. The stakes were high. I won't go into what that was all about, but it was a Pokemon tournament with incredibly high narrative stakes. And I've developed a habit of when people use weather conditions, I play Nightcore songs. And when people use rain dance and summon the rain in a Pokemon tournament, I always put on Come Clean by Hilary Duff because the lyrics of that song are about rain. And it's really...
rain come
Let the rain fall down and break my dreams, let it wash away my sanity. Yes, and it's great. That's it. I just wanted to talk about how cool I am.
Lo-fi hip-hop also is a genre that's just inherently good. And
That's one I have very little exposure to.
Granted, all of
hear
these...
about it
You've
a
watched
lot.
some YouTube analysis.
All
so
of these
you've got, what,
these
quite a bit.
genres I'm talking about, none of them are ever great. There's no... Except for Running in the 90s is the only great Eurobeat song.
That's a great song.
But, like, all of these genres, it's like... every song is basically the same, and they're all, like, middlingly... Like, none of them are memorable. You just kind of listen to it, and you can leave it on for hours, and it just, like, creates a feeling that you can perpetuate all day. And that's why lo-fi hip-hop is, like, always in a stream, because it's just, like, a 24-hour stream of fucking this vibe, and you'll never pay attention to it. Maybe you'll catch an Alan Watts quote here and there, but, like, you know.
It's like going into a restaurant where there's just a guy doodling on the piano, just sort of like giving the room a vibe of some sort of jazziness.
Oh no, he's dutying on the
No,
piano?
doodling.
Oh, that's a
Doodling.
mess.
You know,
gotta
when you
clean
go
that
doodly
up.
dee,
Oh.
you doodly squiddly diddly ding.
Incidentally, I know that probably this is how a lot of people feel about future funk, but I would say that future funk is boring and shitty.
I got some future spunk for you. How about that? What do you have to say
I
about
like
that?
electro
I'll
swing.
drink
I
it
should
all.
listen
Gross.
more to that.
Save that
Guys, we
future
need a new
spunk for the
topic right
Tinder
now,
sluts.
please,
Let's
for the
talk
love of
some more
God.
about Tinder sluts, guys.
Okay. Did she respond yet? That
yeah,
whore? That
she
slag?
She did actually, but talking about a real conversation is a little uncomfortable for me. So
Yeah, okay.
let's change the topic on second thought.
I have nothing but respect for all women, especially Angela.
Same,
But moving
same.
on.
Yes.
I
What a
did.
fucking slut.
Responding to a man on Tinder? Jesus Christ, Angela! What the fuck?
Every time a girl responds to me, I just roll my eyes like, oh god, desperate much?
Did you were saying something.
I would have topics, but I'm still like trying to pull my mind back from the August void of making a video every day.
Yeah. Hey, that was something.
yeah,
That was
Yeah,
something.
I did Mia
I mean, you've done it before.
I did
and you
Mia
did it
Mathova,
again.
but better and for free.
You know, you're not wrong. But I mean, you had people don't like give you credit, I guess, just because you didn't talk about it. But you did a Mia Mathova long before I did.
Yeah,
you know,
and
you
for what
you
it's
had your
worth,
thing.
like the
You just didn't give it a catchy name.
yeah,
that was
that's
the problem.
Right, that's right. And he
Yeah.
didn't this one either.
Yeah.
back in
Which is fine,
October
you know.
2014.
Why don't you learn from your mistakes?
The one from last time was like way worse because like by the end, like
Sure.
the whole last week of it was like horse shit, like just vlogs
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
bad memes, and even before then, most of the videos were just like not that amazing. Like with this month, I was holding myself to a higher standard. I wanted every video to at minimum be something that you would go back and watch again, conceivably, like not just stuff that was there to just fill a day. Though there were a couple of vlogs that were kind of like that when I had to go out of town, but. It was a fucking waking nightmare. It was hell, and I regretted it, except that
You,
it worked. So
but it's
I was
cool.
curious about that. How much prep work did you put in? Like, because obviously some of the
Zero.
big videos, zero. You did it all during that month.
literally, I didn't have a
Holy
plan to
shit.
do this until like 7 p.m. the night before. Like,
Holy shit!
I was
that's
sitting there
impressive.
trying to figure out like what am I gonna do to resurrect my channel. I have no idea, and then I was like, I guess if I did a video every day for a month, that would make something happen. So I just went into my
It's a wise
Discord and I
move.
said, "Who wants to bet against me that I can't do a video every day all month?" And then I did it.
No one has ever regretted, to my knowledge, this whole like do a video per month thing, unless they gave up and failed, or if they. I mean, you'll feel tired and exhausted, but no one has ever regretted doing it if they want their channel to grow.
The only
It's
thing I
always a good
regret
idea. And you got your
about it-
fucking million-view video that
Yeah.
you made in there,
I
which was
could
incredible.
I think I could have gotten away with doing a video every other day and spent a little bit more
sure.
time on each video, and therefore been able to make stuff that was like that had more growth potential
Even
as opposed
that-
to as
even
many
that
minor
just sort of-
things.
People like even just like one gap of a day makes so much of a difference in like the viewing habits of people when they're expecting
That's
a Digi
true.
video every day.
I mean,
It
guys
just sort of-
like PewDiePie, like they do it every single day. So we know this is a winning formula. Like that's what I would love to do, you know, someday if I could eventually get to that point and generate that much content and stuff. Though obviously the kind of content I ideally want to make is a little more high effort. But still, but I mean, I am a big fan of this kind of shotgun approach of like forcing yourself to make content to a timeline. Like you said,
Yeah.
you would not have made this fucking your million view video if you
Yeah.
hadn't done it, which by the way was a great video that I was totally on
Thank
board
you.
with and absolutely loved.
I think
Yeah.
that the thing about it is that at some point, I was like waking up at like 3 p.m. for most of the month. So it was usually, and I set myself like the stipulation, no one really made me do this, but I just kind of took it for granted that I had to get them out by midnight. So it was usually
Sure,
like wake
sure.
up at 3 p.m. and
mean,
then
that's-
spend
that's
the
the
next
definition
7
of a
hours
day,
in a
so it
cold
makes
sweat,
sense.
like trying to figure out, you know, what the hell am I going to do by midnight? Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck. And then there's a few times I'd have to like throw out the thing. And in the meantime, in order to keep my soul in any way active, like usually what would happen is I would get the video done right around midnight, post it, and then afterwards, like instead of working on the next day's video, I would do anything else creative with my time, like try to write a book or make some songs or like do anything else, because like it was just so exhausting to be thinking about the videos all the time. But then that meant every day it was like a crunch. It was always like I don't really get started till like 8 p.m. and then it's just like a mad dash till midnight.
Damn, son.
But I explained this to Tom on a live stream last night, that I think the approach that I took to it that made it work, and I would advise this to anybody who's trying to like make content on a timetable or make content fast, is that the first thing you should think about is, what can I do in this time frame? Like, not what do I have ideas for, but like, okay, I have 5 hours to work with. What can I do in 5 hours? And then like figure that out. And so that the whole month was just like, it was just nonstop experiments in like, what is a style of video I can do that would be relatively satisfying, that can be done in this short of a time. So like a single episode analysis, or like a reaction watch along kind of thing, or just like, any random opinion piece that I don't require like editing that would require me to like go through a show and find specific moments. If it's something that I could just, brain blast and then like record screen footage or handheld footage, like anything that is easier to create, go for that. And so
take note of this, people. This is important stuff. If you want to be a content creator, it's so important to shape the stuff that you make to the reality of your life and the world you're in. And you gotta think of that first.
That's exactly how I fucked up my career so badly as to necessitate this, because at the time when we were planning to move to Boston, I decided to launch into doing this How They Marketed thing. And the conceit of that series was that it was going to take a lot of time to make the reality. Like, it was going to take a lot of actual marketing. I was going to pay a lot of people to be involved. And it was like, the videos were going to be huge, so it was going to be like one a month at best. And that took me away. Like, it meant that I wasn't putting anything out, and so I kind of disappeared. And then I had to move, so that extended me disappearing. And so there's like 2 months where I wasn't really doing anything, and my Patreon just plummeted. And granted, that's partly because I didn't have everyone's goodwill necessarily, because I was making videos in so many different styles that, like, everything I was making would satisfy someone, but none of it satisfied everyone. So, like, for instance, early this year, in, like, January or February, I put, like, a lot of effort into these 2 videos that I made on the Turntable channel that have, like, 2,000 views apiece.
Right,
so, that's, like, a lot of my energy. That's me putting as much effort into those as I would into... probably more into those than I would into a main channel video. And yet... like, even among my patrons, not that many people watched it. So from their perspective, I just didn't make anything. From their perspective, it's like, oh, I haven't gotten any Digi content. And so, like, it's from that point, that standpoint of, like, everyone's a little disappointed, that I then was like, oh, well, I'll make everybody happy again by making a big thing. And then I disappear to go make the big thing, and they're all like, oh, I guess Digi's fucked off, let's unpatron. And now I'm like, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford to make big thing while everyone's on Patreoning, and I just moved into a more expensive place. So, and then that becomes, well, all right. Because me and Tom, throughout July, were planning some, like, really big shit that would have also been, like, a long-time build-up kind of thing. And it was a great idea, and I'll talk to you guys about it sometime, but, like...
Sure.
It was just like, this will take time to make real.
It's not the right time to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't have time. Like, I need money now. I am like, I am coming out of each month with less money than I went into the month with, and that is terrifying.
That's not good. Yeah.
So, like, so that's why it became, okay, let's take the opposite approach. What can I do in 3 hours that can get 1 million views, Well,
just one thing I was wondering about was just, like, your Shinsekai Yori video is, like, a 40-minute analysis video that clearly was, like, was, like, Devu working on that, like, during the month or something?
Devu worked on that literally the entire month. And still was late.
That's what I thought. And you got it up like so close to the edge, right? But you did do it.
It was late, actually. But I put out a contingency video right before midnight. That was just like a 2-minute meme video.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I unlisted that, but you can find it in the every YouTube video featuring Digibro playlist. Nate, you'll love that.
I checked the thing. It says it came out the 31st, at least on my YouTube.
It depends on your time zone, because YouTube is in California time, so it was on time in California time.
Well, see, I'm not holding you to any kind of crazy standard here, because I got many of my Mia Matha videos out after midnight, but before I like went to sleep or anything.
Right.
The nights that I did sleep.
The day doesn't end until you sleep.
But yeah, the how they market it is also like a fully edited experience, and that one Devu had finished before the month started, like I had to do a finishing bit for.
Question about how they marketed. Did someone request an ad for Patreon.com/BenSane?
Yes.
Who was it? Because I saw it and I was like, I didn't. What's this?
Almost nothing that was advertised was like the person themselves. It was like always people asking for ads.
It seemed like it was a bunch of goofs and memes for the most part. I mean, I guess People don't have anything that they want to advertise. So
I was thinking about this, Digi. I've actually been seriously thinking about like how to like increase like ad presence in my stuff. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm thinking about it. And what you've done with how they market has given me some very good ideas. I'm just thinking about like, I don't know, whatever. Alex Jones got banned on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. Everyone's getting banned if you do bad things. I'm like, okay, what can we do if like ads go away, main YouTube ads? The solution is pretty clear, and obviously this would take a lot of work to get into place, but like individual paid ads during ad breaks that you would otherwise have, which I built into Mia Maffa from the start, or Weagwas, that is. And then like you do it through Patreon, but like you could do it through any means, and having specific people advertise stuff, whether it's like a Dick Shaven Butter or whatever the fuck that is, or individual people on Patreon or any kind of connection thing. I'm just like, this is just such a good idea to do something like this. Makes all the sense in the world, and it doesn't rely on YouTube to like you suck a lot.
I mean, there is a thing about that because I think YouTube can tell if somebody says like reports you for having a paid promotion in the video and you don't list it, and
I would just
like
make
YouTube
sure that
doesn't
I
like
include
it, then YouTube can just take your video down if you're promoting Alex Jones or something.
Well,
like
just
something
don't
that
promote
they have
controversial things then, I guess. You know, like you have the option as a businessman to choose what you do and do not use as an advertisement in your content. So I certainly would exercise that authority if I was going to.
But like it's still, you're still under the jurisdiction of YouTube. It's not like an escape from all that.
Well, but I mean, if you got, like, you could do this on another site like Dailymotion or what the phone. Shut the fuck up. Hey, the bonus episode for the PCP went live 9 minutes ago, is what that is telling me. How nice. There it is, everybody.
Tell him how fucking cool it is. Tell him how fucking cool
guys,
I made it.
If friends, family listening to this, Ben Saint here, you might have heard of him. He did the editing and the animation for the new bonus episode. What's it about? Oh, talking while eating. Talking while eating. $5, people. Patreon.com/theprocrastinators. The editing and the animation Ben did is truly superlative.
I would say that I took Hippo's seed of an idea for how to make an episode look good, and then rendered it completely obsolete.
No, wrong. All right,
see if
I'm going to edit this episode, and I'm going to
it.
make you look stupid this time.
I'm loving this arms race of increasingly good PCP animation, by the way. Let's keep this going.
That's what the early days, what made the early PCP great, was the arms race of editing.
I still want to try and edit once I'm back home.
Do it, Mage. Just get After Effects, and
but it was but in the early days, it was mostly about the like intro segments, right?
Yeah, it's true.
There was a brief flirtation with like the animated like color bars around the names, and then it was kind of like dropped, and then the arms race was in the intros, and then nobody cared for a while. And then now we're back to being we're holding ourselves to a higher standard now.
Now that we're making more money, it's worth our time to make them a little better.
What the hell were we talking about before we just got sidetracked by this?
We were talking about
your month of videos and the Shinsekai and like timing and stuff. And
I wanted to
the ads on how they marketed
that's
ads.
what it was.
I gotta tell Ben that it was someone named Heavy Roman who paid for that ad. He is not a patron of you. Heavy Roman.
For patreon.com/Ben Saint.
Hippo, you wanted to say something?
Well, he's done his part. Indeed. So he's excused from patroning. But nobody else.
What did you think of that ad, by the way? Did you like it?
I kind of like just didn't notice it at first. It was what I don't really remember the actual content of it.
It's just like the 4 panels of the guy sniffing that rock and then exploding.
That's right.
Set to the Metroid theme as performed by Metroid Metal.
Did he make the ad?
No, I made all the ads.
Oh, you made the ad. Okay. Well, I was surprised that you went with Beastcapades, but I'm not against it.
It's the thing when I requested.
Yeah, it was your suggestion.
Yes,
yeah.
I am happy. I am pleased.
What was her suggestion?
That command.
Eat the thing.
Eat the rain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that with your comics, like making, like I don't know how to convert your art to video because most of it's black and white, and it's in a page. So like I don't know how to convey it. But with Beastcapades, because all the images are like the same size and there was more color, I knew it would be easier to just like represent, like, you know, to do a paneling on screen where they'd all be the same size. And so and it was just a really exciting page because it was all visual. There's no text or anything.
Yeah, I remember now, and I remember that, like, you know, like the beat drops or whatever with when he explodes, and I was like, yeah, I
Ben,
appreciate
bring back
it.
Beastcapades right fucking now.
I can't until Vapors 3 is done.
Throw it in the trash, Ben. Nobody likes Vapors. It's gone.
I know.
It's dead.
I
It's
know.
history.
Not least of all me, and yet I am bound.
Well, fair enough.
It also
I'll
makes
endure.
sense because like the aesthetic of Beastcapades is kind of Metroid-ish. So, and I used it's the Metroid theme that plays over the comic.
Beastcapades is the best thing, and it does render everything else I've ever
I haven't
done
actually
obsolete.
read Beastcapades yet.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's not
done,
finished, so you might as well hold off. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just.
I didn't know it was like something that was going to have an ending.
Unpatron from patreon.com/bensaint.
Speaking of like,
oh no,
video,
why did I say it? I cursed myself.
Speaking of like the whole loads of videos in a month, I have not been making videos, and I'm stupid. But like,
what's up with that, dog? Where's the videos at?
You know, various things coming up. I mean, I talk about it more on my Patreon podcast, patreon.com/Hippocrit.
I didn't listen to that. Because I do.
At the moment, the thing that's coming up is October, which is Kirby month. So that will be full of
has
things,
it been a year
and I will
already?
be trying.
Is Kirby month like every October?
Every October.
You know,
instead
I'm
of
really
spooky
happy
stuff,
about
it's just
that.
Gonna be Kirby.
Yeah, because I hate that literally everyone does like Spooktober, and I'm like, I don't like horror, so it just means everyone becomes worthless to me, basically, for an entire month.
Sure.
So
yeah, which also means that I kind of want to finish Belljape in September so that I don't have anything else like creative. So that's my plan, is to do Belljape this month, and then Kirby month next month, and hopefully after that I will be making videos a bit more frequently. I'm very sorry. I know people like them.
I like them.
I
want more give and take videos because that's like my favorite channel on YouTube.
I forget. I just do anything on that.
Yeah. It just says
what is your favorite give and take review video type that comes out?
My favorite is
just
the
vlogs?
Chainmail Saga. More Chainmail videos.
I like the stuff that just feels like a fucking psychic brain blast. Like, where it feels like this idea just, like, hit you and you did it in 15 minutes and, like, and it's utterly, like, nothing I could have possibly predicted. That's my favorite type of YouTube video in general. It's just like when someone just makes something because clearly like it crawled into their psyche and they had to expel it as fast as possible.
Kind of like that's sort of what I forget how to say it. It's like GMC faux show or GFC.
GMC
like,
faux show.
Not only he
kind
of expands that joke and he makes it into a big production, which is dope.
Did any of you watch my video Raw Beef?
Probably.
I did see Raw Beef.
That.
Yeah, Raw Beef is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, where I just I gotta make a song about being the raw beef, and then it's just a video of like a piece of beef spinning around. It's actually a pork shoulder, turns out, but like it's just me screaming about raw beef over like this crazy ass beat I made, and that's it. That's the whole video.
Wait, wasn't that like a minute long or something? Beef?
It's like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah. So I want more like that. I want more raw. I mean, and that was kind of the premise of the song. What I meant, the deeper coded meaning behind raw beef,
tell us.
Is that like that is what I consider that type of content to be, is the raw beef. It's that uncooked shit. That shit that just goes right from the cow into your mouth and you get the most nutrients out of it because they didn't cook nothing out of it.
You get fucking salmonella.
I want the salmonella, goddammit.
That's why. This is exactly why it's good to have something like the Mia Mafva style thing that forces you to not be afraid of producing those into a video. Like, how many times, this happens to me less and less, but I remember so clearly being like, I'm making a video, like when I was making the Ridley video that now is like 110,000 views or something, at many points along making, I'm like, oh, is this actually gonna be good? Does anyone actually like give a shit? Is this like funny? Haha, are they gonna laugh? And like, it's wildly successful for my channel. Like, it's great. Everybody loves it. to destroy those fears by just being like, I have to make it, I have to put my brain out for people to judge, generally goes pretty well.
Yeah,
Nate, those are my favorite videos of yours too. Are the ones that like I said, in general, my favorite is anytime it's something that I couldn't imagine anyone else making, because it just feels like it blasted right from the back of your mind, and like there was no thought put into like, oh, I gotta make something successful or formulaic or like something that people will like. It's just like, how can I realize? My favorite video of yours is Uncovered Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Because I return to it all the time. Like, I'll watch it again and again because every part of it is so unique. None of it feels like anybody else's video, you know?
God, I love that fucking video. And the musical at the end, it's everything, like, that's only
I was
about...
dead, just dead, shoot in my fucking head.
What a great time that video was. Yeah, it's great.
Make another one.
One of my best.
Bitch.
I'm working on it. All right.
Do it, faggot. And don't
well,
make me
guys,
sit through 15 minutes of you explaining that manga, it takes less time to read than anime.
I know. I know.
Wow, savage.
Everyone fucking gets it.
Pointless thing to note. A video of mine went big and is now my most watched video, and I didn't realize it.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
Which
tell
one?
Us the tale.
What?
It's one of the ones I did during Igmavo Tuitage that I sort of slapped together, which was the PS2 memory card models video, where I just looked at all the PS2, like, you know how in PS2 memory cards you look at the data and they have like little 3D models representing those save files, and I just looked at them and said things about them, and that's got 80,000 views out of nowhere.
That's such a Gib thing, and it's something that like someone would only make when there's like a time crunch to get something out, and they have to like think of
the
what
comments
to do.
for that video were all like, "This is really cool," and I don't know why more people don't talk about this, right? Because that was and it's funny that like people are like, "Oh yeah, this is a video that happened."
My favorite genre was always PS2 memory card icons. That's the peak artistic medium.
It is now because Gib invented it.
That's right.
He started a whole business, a whole thriving industry.
I certainly have a very successful video. I think I Googled it to see if somebody else had done a similar video, and they had. There was this one guy who had done it already, and I was like, damn, but I'll make it anyway. And his video wasn't very good, so I'm like, I can do better.
Was his like rating them like out of 10 or something? He did like the top 10 or something?
I don't remember.
I think after watching yours, I watched a couple other ones also about like PS2 memory cards, and I was fascinated by the whole thing. What was the best one? There was one that was like obviously the best, but I can't remember what it was. It was like super well animated.
Watch the video.
Yeah, go watch the video. Link in the description, people.
I'm just happy that could ever happen to me. A video that I thought is done for suddenly gets views out of nowhere. I mean, it's kind of died down, but that just doesn't happen. I usually
what it does to me?
I get a bit of a boost sometimes, but it sort of never really goes anywhere.
I've accepted the fact personally that I'm not super smart genius who will know exactly what's going to do great on YouTube. My approach is I'm just going to try to make stuff relatively fast and throw as many ideas out there as possible that I think are like kind of good, and just see what that's when it comes to like making like a popular video. I've given up. I don't know what's going to be popular.
Oh, well, I don't really try to do the popular video. I just hope that what I do becomes popular.
Kind of the same.
I mean, look, right now I know I
like,
should make a video on Darling in the Franxx. I'm 100% sure that's what I should be making right now.
I've got one in the Devu Bay right now.
The Devu Bay.
The Devu Bay. It's soaking in the Devu goo at this very moment, absorbing all the juices and the goodness.
He just finished watching the show. He posted just now in the chat, that the ad on the page is
he listening? Is he listening?
Hippo's shirts.
No.
No, I didn't.
I saw.
That's because I'm sure you guys are seeing this, but like you get ads now for like things that you've bought or have looked at, like on the sides of the page, because like
That's
Google is
stupid.
tracking what you do and
if
stuff.
If I already
so
bought it, why would I want another one? Stop.
Hey, here's a thing. This is definitely real. This is 100% real. I forget the exact example, but have you guys? Okay, like recently, I forget what it was. Me and Michelle were like talking about something, and like I went and I bought something. It might have been like I was talking about like the new Smash or something, and like I'm talking about how much I love my Switch, as I all do every day, all hours of the day. And like Michelle, who has never bought a video game in her life because she isn't allowed to by me.
God, what a fake gamer girl.
I know, right? Like, she starts to get ads on her phone for like the Switch and like video games, and
at this
like,
point they're not even like pretending like they're not doing
they just listen to us.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't search for it. They're listening to us, and they're catering to it by audio.
Yeah.
They're listening every second of every fucking day.
How come I'm
This
not
is
constantly
100%
getting
confirmed.
ads for fucking like lolly porn? Like, what's going on?
It's
I
against
swear to
Google's
God.
terms of service.
I've had that conversation.
How come
more
I'm not
times
getting
than
ads for
anything.
guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should try that.
Why
I
don't
should.
I have
I'm
any?
not getting ads for
I
sluts.
should try that. I should try repeating.
How come I'm not getting
for
ads for
Russian
Tinder
brides.
sluts,
Guys,
baby?
like here's a test, I guess. Like, keep repeating the
Okay.
same words and for like a while and see if.
Dude, Mage, people have done that.
Tinder
People
sluts.
have
Free
done
money,
that.
free money,
Sluts.
free
Tinder
money, free
sluts.
But
money.
not like
Yeah.
that. Something you can
It-
buy.
It is objectively true
It
that
works.
this is a thing that is happening. It's there's enough testament to. I mean, this is why they had to update the privacy policies on like every fucking website, because the EU is currently hammering Google about this. Like,
Google is
As they
no
should.
longer
This is
naughty.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
yeah, they took that out of their fucking thing. They
they
literally
sure
took
did.
that out of their company policy. The do no evil. They straight up removed it.
But this is
Now
all,
it's
I'm,
just
all I'm
do
saying
evil.
is this
We
is
can
that
do a
big.
little
Like,
bit.
underline.
Sometimes evil is good.
I just can't.
No,
like,
no,
what I'm
always
saying.
do evil.
like
always.
You could not. That is the funniest thing that I've heard all year. Is Google literally? First of all, it was always goofy that they had that in their thing, but like to have to remove it because they have to acknowledge that what they are doing is evil.
Surely their official stance is that they took it out because it was goofy in the first place, right? Right?
They had it in there for like
is that
over
their
a
story?
decade, and now they're removing it
Now's
right around
not
the
the
time
time.
when they're getting their
Have they
asses
said why?
reamed.
Like, have they said
probably,
why?
I mean, there's probably a PR statement on why they took it out
You know-
that has to do with like professionalism, or we were
Oh.
evolving as a company. And evil and good are subjective terms, so we're just like, it's all
He'd
good,
be
man.
a good PR
know-
ending.
Like, maybe Satan was right, like, who says God should reign in heaven above,
Hey, Satan gave us the fruit of the tree of knowledge, all right? Everything we've done
Yeah.
is all because
I
of
appreciate
Satan.
that,
So
buddy.
thanks,
Yeah,
Satan.
and Google
Satan's an
is
intellectual.
used for searching knowledge, so we were
Yeah.
Satan
Yeah.
all along,
Whoa,
guys. I'm
whoa.
just
Are
saying.
you saying
like-
that Google came down from the heavens and gave us the Google search bar, the fruit of the tree of knowledge, and we've all eaten from it?
ironically-
and now we're being tracked.
Yes.
Okay, guys, but Satan gets a
Ironically,
bad
Apple-
rap.
Apple
He's
has the
not
logo
evil. He
of the
just
apple
takes
with the
care
bite out of
evil
it.
people in hell. Like, it's not a fun job, you guys.
Yeah, he's like Hades from like
Mage
the Greek
is the
pantheon, who
Satanist
was
of the
forced
group.
to control hell.
Yeah, like
and
God
shit.
just
The
casts it
apple
down and
mage.
he's like, stay there, and now everyone will hate you.
The Apple logo actually isn't
but not
that
Mage.
Apple. The Apple logo, because like the original Apple logo before they made
Yeah.
it like actually cool, was like way more complicated. It was an entire illustration of Isaac Newton and the apple falling on his head. That is what the apple is.
Ah,
It's
how
supposed to
ironic
represent a
and stuff.
moment of
Dude.
genius, because of course this is Apple we're talking about, and they have to be.
Well, yeah, of course.
You know what's
Wait,
funny?
was there a biblical reference? Wait, did someone just say something about like it's the apple of sin?
Well, I was making a comparison with their logo that now it's like an apple with a bite out of it seems relevant to like original sin kind of, but it's
Yes.
actually it was never supposed to be that. But
All right.
Yeah,
can
go
I
again.
speak
Yes.
now?
Well, they fucked up.
Do you know what's funny? Is that
tell me.
No.
scary things are now funny things. Upon hearing,
good.
upon
Thank
hearing
God.
that, yeah, because like upon
won't have
hearing
to
that
get
Google
spooked
is
by the
now
Lord of Ghosts
listening
anymore.
to everything, hearing that like Google is listening in on us and watching us fap.
For sure.
All I can think of is I can't wait for the memes about this. I'm really excited to see all the funny fucking things.
No,
like
no.
I just feel this is just funny,
This
and I
is
don't
the
really
decadent
care.
slide to the destruction of civilization,
It is,
and I will
It
fight
is
against
funny.
it. No,
Scary things are now funny things. People will meme into the dystopian future. They will meme all the way down.
we are memeing all the way to the bottom. That's absolutely true.
Exerbia just made a funny meme video about this very situation that you're describing, Hippo. So you're right.
Who's Exerbia? Never heard of him.
Exerbia is a YouTuber who does comedic videos about existential dread
That sounds good.
and
All right,
and
cool.
sci-fi. He's like a comedy sci-fi author. with an English accent. His videos are fun.
Wow, I'll have to check that out.
They can get a little repetitive because all of them are about existential dread and the smallness of man in the face of the universe. But
I bet Google gives him tons of ads for existential dread because he talks about it so much.
We don't need ads for that.
Yeah, I feel.
Speaking of ads, to address the ad situation in how they marketed, it did not go like I don't really like the ads being like I think ultimately it came out as well as it possibly could, but like. The way that the video was planned was not to be like what it is at all. Like, I cut the first 6 minutes of the video out. There was supposed to be a huge amount of outro, and like, because if you remember the Finish or Fail video where it was like the last like 15 minutes were like something entirely else, that was supposed to be how they marketed it. It was supposed to like have like more of an intro, then go through the main bulk of me talking about the show, and then spiral out into like this whole other thing. So the ads were not actually supposed to be like sprinkled throughout the video like that. They were supposed to be sprinkled throughout the outro section. But because of the fact that I'm not doing it as the complete series anymore, I just wanted this video to come out. I just cut all the extraneous shit, but because people had already paid for the ads, I felt like I had to do them. And if I put them all at the end, people would just click off the video as soon as they got to the ad section. So I wanted it to feel like they were integrated in a way that made sense for them to be there and to make people watch them. But like, ultimately, that particular video would have been better without the ads. But like,
it's not every time that I'm like with you on like paradigm pushing bullshit that you're trying or whatever shit that is. But in this case, I saw a bunch of people being like, I really didn't like the ad breaks. They really took me out of it. And maybe it's because I'm thinking of like from a business perspective. But I'm like, I mean, would these people have preferred use like because I will absolutely put like ads in my videos at opportune times that are like the Google ones. Like, what's the difference putting like just someone's paid for ad?
I think the people who are complaining are people who have ad block. Yeah.
Well, fuck the people with ad blocker. They can go to hell and die, which includes me.
Ultimately, like, if you aren't paying me in any way, if you're not watching ads
why would
and
I
you're
feel
not a
bad for people
patron,
who are getting
I
this
don't
for
feel bad
free.
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, for me personally, I just... Like, I'm very particular about, like, the video structure, you know? I want it to be, like, a clean... Just go through and everything's fine. Now, granted, I do think... I could stand to be a lot more selfish with my videos, probably, for my own benefit. But, like, I've always seen it as, like, the reason that I have a Patreon and that the Patreon is able to be so successful is that I don't do that shit. That, like, you know, people respect that I don't put in ad breaks. I don't put in, you know, I don't put in shilling or anything like that. But, like... In this case, again, like, in the original context of video was planned for, it would have made more sense. And, like, how they marketed would have been a video series that came out once a month, and the format of it would have lent itself to this, and so it would have continually made sense going forward. I think that a big part of what inspired the format of how they marketed was Weagawa, so I think it would make sense for you, because... Yeah. What I love about Weagawa is that because there's this looseness to it and that it has like multiple phases, you can basically throw in anything. Like
that's exactly the point.
Any random clip, any random meme, like you could just toss in there and it'll make perfect sense and it all flows together. And that was never true of my videos.
To make a video. That's all it is.
So like I admire that, but I don't know how to replicate it in my style.
I get that. It'd be like making a movie and then like sticking in like an ad in the middle. Like,
right. Well,
I got you.
And again, like because of the fact that the original format was to have these super long outros where I could do that, where it would be like, because it's already just a random mishmash of stuff, it would make sense for there to be even more random stuff in there. Because like a big part of how they marketed was going to be that I would take clips from shows that are like marketing gimmicks and just play those clips. Kind of like in Finish or Fail, there's like how they marketed episode 0, and it's just like a bunch of scenes from Takunomi where they're advertising beer like in the show, and I'm like literally saying this is how they marketed it. Like
I appreciate
with
that.
these beer ads. So there was going to be a lot of like just random segments of like funny scenes from shows where they obviously made this scene to market the show, and then intercut with that would be ads that I made for my fans. And like the only stipulation I had on the ads is that they were all going to be less than 10 seconds. So it's basically just, hey, I'm gonna, and I said it's gonna be less than 10 seconds, and I set all the rules. So like, don't expect to get like a glowing review of your thing. It's just going to be a fucking a little meme that, you know, puts the name of the thing you want in the video.
It's like a TV ad, you know. It's a few seconds long. You got to get your message out fast.
And I did them all.
Yeah, you know, just like a TV ad. It's a couple seconds long, and it says nothing in particular about the thing being advertised.
I mean, that's you sound like you're making a joke, but that's pretty commonly the case. Like, you know,
TV ads are
someone's
30
depressed.
seconds.
Well, what about those total non sequitur commercials where like they're just talking about a lifestyle, and then they're like Jeep Durango.
Yeah,
you know, that's a thing. Like, sure, you can make a
we'll
point that those guys have
something.
such brand recognition already. You already know like what they're selling, and they don't need to. But whatever, you get the point.
Why is every car ad the same, like structurally? Because all it
driving
does,
up a mountain.
Driving up a mountain, saying
Driving
about
through a dark
you
city.
can't do this with your normal car. Buy this new car. Please buy this new car. Like none of them are. They all end with the car like displayed at a 3/4 angle. And in my brain, I combine every single one of those ads to the point where I don't know any car ad, like
there
specifically.
was one car ad.
Like I'm not being advertised a single brand. I'm
Europores
just being advertised
who
that
don't even
cars
know what a
exist.
car
Speaking,
is. We'll
speaking
never
of
understand.
cars, was it on the PCP that I shared my idea for the perfect way to end the Fast and the Furious series?
I don't think so.
No.
Imagine it. The year is 2020.
Okay.
Soon.
Or 2022, either one, doesn't matter. Not 2021, that one's not okay. But the year is 20 whatever, and Fast and the Furious 10 is coming out, and it is 150 minutes of extremely expensive cars being driven off of a cliff in one continuous shot. It is the most expensive movie ever made.
The only sort of car...
and that's it, because that's it.
That's it? Why is it 155 minutes? Was there like some significance to that number?
That's usually a movie.
You want it to be a decent length for your money.
Okay,
you're
why
paying like
couldn't it have been
$10 to get in there to see it in theaters.
I thought there was like going to be a reason for that.
Because he doesn't like the number.
Oh.
Jeez.
It just seems like a reasonable time frame for Fast and the Furious 10 to come out in.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but like the only car advertisement I remember, I'm not even sure if it's a car advertisement, but it had a car in it. I'm pretty sure it had a car in it. I just remember like this. It was kind of funny. So like there was this. Like it was shot from the back, and like it appeared like a very attractive lady was walking up to a guy with a car, I'm guessing, and then like boom, actually the attractive lady is a guy all along, and it was
got him. You're gay now. Tricked.
it was.
Man, that really makes me want to buy their car for tricking me about my sexuality. You bully.
Yeah, at the bottom it says "Buy our car, fag." I would remember that.
I would remember that.
They should do that.
This is the car that turned me gay.
You see that one where the guy's eating a baby Ruth, and then he just like pulls out an assault rifle, and just lays waste to like a school playground.
That was the
and
school
then at the
shooting
end,
you were trapped
he's just standing there eating the baby Ruth.
That's how you cope.
That one really made me want a baby Ruth.
That sounds good. I enjoy that.
Tom, I didn't hear a word you said.
I said that. Oh, Ben, that wasn't a commercial. That was the actual school shooting. You were in. That's just how you're coping.
Is that where I was on the last full moon? God damn.
Baby Ruth, can someone
on the full
explain
moon,
that
Ben
to me?
he's a licensed school shooter, or a school shooter throat.
Guys,
Yeah.
Why is it called a Baby Ruth? Can you explain that to me?
It's just the name of the candy.
It's named after Babe Ruth.
It's just a candy
I
named
really
after
don't
him.
like the word baby in any sort of food that I consume.
I'm eating a baby.
What about sugar babies?
What about baby
What are sugar
carrots?
babies? I don't eat baby carrots. They're just normal carrots cut up.
They're just a
I'm
little
stuck
caramelized
they're
nuggets.
I'm
little
stuck
caramel
on
things.
the Ware school shooter. Like the full moon comes out and he looks at it and it's like, oh no, it's happening again. And then an AK-47 appears in his hands, like it grows out of his hand, and then he starts
and
shooting.
his virginity regrows,
And his
registration to incel is like r/incels, like activates once again. Yeah,
and his jacket grows and becomes leathery.
You're right, exactly.
You know what? I could believe. Oh my god! I got a perfect joke and a segue all in one. Are you ready? Here we fucking go. I could believe that was me, because I do like baby Ruths, and I would say that I wouldn't eat one because I'm keto. But if I was asleep, And it was a full moon, so it was like I was like I was having one of my keto dreams. You dream of eating carbs, and you wake up because it's a nightmare.
Right.
And that's it. Perfect transition to let you all know that I am on day 2 of a fast. I have not eaten in almost 2 days, and I feel wonderful.
Dude, fasting does make you feel like
hungry?
you become a god.
No. I'm not hungry. Sometimes
Man.
I kind of want to eat because, like, it would taste good and it would be something to do, but I'm not, like, hungry.
It's funny you mention that, Ben, because I'm fasting today. I decided yesterday that I'm not eating today.
Damn.
I decided yesterday, too.
Whoa.
That's
my God, what
do we
the
want to know? Oh, my God, we're twins! We're keto twins!
Guess what I had
I
for
do it
breakfast?
every Monday, by the way,
I'll tell you.
guys. Just letting you
I had
know.
a big old slice of cake for breakfast. That's what I had.
Disgusting.
Yep,
Do you
pretty
fast- you
disgusting.
That is not
Slice
post-food
you
of you at
Yeah.
all.
birthday
Nate.
cakes. Yeah, all right.
Why do you fast
Well,
every
I
Monday?
decided like 1 day a week would be neat. So I decided
Dude,
on
it
Monday.
feels great. It makes you feel like a god. It's
No,
it's
I
incredible.
hate it, but I go through with it.
Well,
It's
it's fine.
Like it does have its health benefits for at least 1 day. I'm not sure about 2
Well,
days.
are you guys
so.
achieving your stated goals of, losing, gaining weight or whatever, or,
Well, I wasn't really gaining. I had lost a bit. I'd lost like 10 pounds, and I had been
that's good.
stable for maybe like 2 weeks. And
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm at a plateau. So it's time to fast. Time to break this plateau.
all right.
And that's
Best
it.
of luck.
And time will tell. Time will
Keto,
tell.
the
Sometimes
keto update continues.
Don't
Yes.
I sometimes don't eat as that much, and I sort of like I'm too lazy to go and make something. So I'm like,
Yeah,
well, I'll be
u-
hungry for a little bit. Like I'm hungry right now, and I could go and run away, and like eat something, but like. I'm okay with just even after this is finished, just sitting here for a bit, not eating.
Man,
I don't know
never do
whether
that.
I'm gaining
Yeah,
the benefits of all this like fasting stuff, but because I don't do it every single day.
Yeah.
I very often it wasn't that uncommon for me, even like before I was thinking about what I wanted to eat. Well, when I lived on my own, it was common for me to just like wake up and not be hungry, and then go the rest of the day doing something and just not get hungry because I was like focused on other things. And I would go like the entire day without eating. And maybe at night I'd be like, oh, I guess I should eat something, and I'd eat something.
While we're talking about food, my fucking oven broke, and it's a big gay boy, and so I called the Sears, and a guy came, and I paid him $100 to tell me your oven's broke. Because apparently what happened is that the panel broke.
Your oven's broke, and now you're gonna be.
So-
Give me $1,000 to fix it, bitch.
Well, okay.
There we go.
So this dude's like, the panel is broken that like controls the oven, and to replace the panel, and he points me to some numbers, and he's like, here's how much the part itself costs, which is like $360, and I'm already like, holy fuck, right? And then he's like, and here's the total cost after repairs, $618. And I look at it, and I look over at the stove, and I look at him, and I say, how much does the stove cost? And he says, $600. And I was just like,
lol.
I'll just buy a new stove. Like, yeah,
Yep.
fuck that, right? So then,
You want this one's got sentimental value.
no, this is apparently a new stove that was bought right before we moved in. But
What the fuck then?
yeah.
Does it not have
So-
any sort of like warranties or anything?
apparently they didn't get a warranty on the goddamn thing.
No
So-
wonder.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
but like if it's a new product, they have to have a warranty. It's like by law, you have to have a year warranty.
There's a manufacturer's
the guy
warranty,
said
possibly.
the guy said that if there was a warranty, it would have come up when he looked up the stove in his system.
then someone's
fair
broken
enough.
the law. Federal law mandates a year warranty on every consumer product.
Well, we don't know how long ago it was actually bought and put into place or anything.
I was told that they had just bought it like not long before they moved out, and I know they moved out in February.
I think
so-
you need to call bullshit on whoever said that.
You might want to actually call the manufacturers.
I might do something because I didn't buy a new stove because me and May were talking about it, and then we're like, is it possible that we can just get a toaster oven and it'll be just as good?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I'm like, because I didn't want to believe that was true because it seems wrong, but then
It does, doesn't
I'm
it?
in I'm in my page. So I told the people in my Patreon Discord about this oven situation, and this guy Kaisamir, who's in his 30s and he lives in Japan, is like, man, I haven't owned an oven in years, and I was like, And then he points out that in Japan, almost no one has an oven. Apparently, in Japan, full ovens are just extremely rare. They just use toaster ovens. Like,
okay.
They just have, like...
I mean, I know that a lot of... Okay, I've seen, like... You ever watch Cooking with Dog?
No.
It's weird. It's weird how many recipes involve microwaving. Like, it just seems like a lot of Japanese food is, like, involves a microwave.
I think it's just because of space concerns. They just don't have room for full ovens. And then, so I'm looking into it, and I'm realizing, like, a toaster oven is literally just an oven that's not that big. And, like, the only reason that you would need a full-size oven is to have a full-size oven. And I'm like, well, I never cook for more than 2 people. All we really use our oven for is making chicken cordon bleu anyway. So, so we went to Walmart and found a $50 oven that was on sale for $30. And now I have a $30 toaster oven instead of a $600 stove, and I haven't yet confirmed that it can do everything I want, because if it can't make chicken cordon bleu, then I'm going to be a sad boy. I don't know if I want to spend $600 just so I can make chicken cordon bleu.
Can you fry things on toaster ovens?
Can you do that?
Isn't like fried egg or something like that?
You can't.
Well, no, but you can't do that in an oven either.
Well,
wait. Well, does your stove work?
Yeah, the stovetop still works.
Oh, okay.
The stovetop works.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just the oven.
To be honest, I almost never cook in, like, my oven.
Well,
I use the stove.
It's funny because
almost exclusively.
Back at my old place, I used the oven a lot because I used to eat lots of, like, mozzarella sticks and like cheesy bread and garlic bread and shit. But, like, the only reason I had to use the oven is that the toaster oven's a little slower and ours was too small to, like, really fit anything in it. But we just bought a bigger one. Like, they make bigger toaster ovens. This is basically just a fucking oven. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I just bought an oven for $30, and this motherfucker was gonna charge me $618 to fix the one I already fucking... What is this world?
I've never even heard of a toaster oven.
I had never even considered the idea... I had never considered the idea of living life without an oven until that guy said, like, oh, I haven't had an oven in years, and I was like, what? Like, and then I thought about it, and I was like, there's nothing I make in the oven I can't make in a toaster oven, so why would I need an oven?
If you want to make a big Sunday roast.
Why would I ever do that? You know?
Yeah.
Like, and even then, like, you can get pretty big toaster ovens. I didn't go for, like, a gigantic
oven.
Yeah.
I've never seen a toaster oven that was big enough that you could, like, bake, I don't know, a pie.
The biggest one that they had at Walmart was, like, $100, and it was pretty fucking huge, and it literally advertises that you can cook a full chicken inside of it. Like, they had a picture of a full roasted chicken on there.
I think, yeah.
So
we never had a toaster oven growing up, but like, yes, the answer is yes. It'll do everything you want. I guarantee.
I just used our toaster oven all the time, like instead of the stove, just because or the oven, because I didn't want to fuck with it. It's just like it takes like 15 minutes to heat up, and I'm not that hungry. Like I just want to.
Apparently, the toaster oven is more power cost effective too. Like like heating up a stove costs more.
This is just another example of American excess that we just don't need.
I guess so. It's just like...
This looks too powerful.
Right?
Look at that fucking thing.
That's like extreme. Wow, it's got a top one
Whoa.
too. And it's a coffee pot. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's...
Okay, well, hold on.
Get that toast out of there.
Wait, who the fuck is cooking bacon this way? Like, who's cooking bacon in a toaster oven?
In like a bacon tray. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Why not?
Not good.
My mom used to make bacon in the microwave sometimes.
Does that coffee pot say nostalgia on it?
What?
Wait.
Yes.
No. Hold on. I gotta open up the full size.
It does. It says nostalgia.
It does. It says nostalgia.
Okay.
Where does it say? Oh, there we go.
I guess it's a retro design.
Obviously, it's made by Vite Industries. Anyone get it? Anyone get it?
I get it. Watch me.
Picking up my reference.
Dude.
Yeah.
We've changed. We've changed from using the word retro, and now we're using the word nostalgia. I'm nostalgic for retro.
Oh.
That's why it has nostalgia. It's like an old-ish, like, cream plastic.
Yeah,
sort of
it really
design.
is.
You used to call that a retro design. Now they're calling it nostalgia.
Why are they putting toast in the oven?
Mainstream.
It's a toaster oven. You toast
like,
and you oven, you know.
Now I'm hungry. Now I wasn't hungry, and I was totally good with my fast. Now
the
I'm hungry.
fast is ruined.
See,
Time to
that's
go
what happens.
slow.
That's right. Give it 10 minutes, it'll pass.
Well, you know what, guys? We've been talking about some bullshit for a while. I say we change tacks and we get to some fucking calls.
Let's
got
do
lined
it.
up.
Please, God.
Oh God, I forgot.
Whoa, do we have a thing now?
We have voicemail.
We've got
Oh my
voicemail now,
God.
This
Yep,
is gonna be
we got it.
awesome. I'm
We got
actually
it.
really excited about this
Oh,
feature.
it better just be someone screaming "fuckers" in the Franks over and over again. That's what I want.
So, just
Did
so
we
everybody
screen
knows,
these, or are these just like? Are we just going?
Yeah, I mean,
for it?
yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
they don't get like automatically recorded. We get to edit them. So if anyone says something real bad, we can always cut it out. So I'm not too worried about it. But it's a
What could they possibly
speakpipe.com.
say that would be bad enough for us to cut it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe actual advocating violence against a specific group. Who knows? I don't
Yeah, that
know. But it's speakpipe.com/theprocrastinators, I think. The link's in the description regardless. So go to that and leave us voicemails.
This is why I don't go to the
I believe the link
meetings, 'cause
is
I like to be
PCP
surprised.
voicemail.
Sorry, what is
It's
it? What is it, Tom?
speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail.
Thank you. PCB voicemail. That's the one. Yeah, do that. Click the link in the description. It's there. It's easy. Fucking leave us a message, and here we go. All right, let's see what we got first on deck. Okay, here we go. This is from Gavin at Her Booty Poppin'. He wanted us to know. That's his name on Twitter. Let's let's see what he's got for us. Here we go.
Hey guys, I have a question for y'all. If a significant other had gotten sexually unattractive to the point where you have no desire to have sex with them, in particular during the time you've been in a relationship with one another, but you still have a desire to have sex, would you wait it out to see if they could become sexually attractive again? And if so, how long would you wait until you decide to look for sex elsewhere if you're not willing to wait indefinitely? Also, would you stop dating or end your romantic relationship with this person if you decided upon yourself that you've waited long enough for them to become sexually attractive again?
So is he just saying she got fat?
Yeah.
He's saying his bitch got fat, basically.
Because what other way could you get? Like, okay.
It's like, oh yeah, my girl got acid attacked in the face, by a terrorist, for not being a proper enough Muslim woman, so she's not attractive anymore. But maybe I'll wait it out and see if it gets better.
Ben, I'm assuming this is a joke because, no lie, if that happened, there comes a time. Why saddle yourself with the burden of someone that you're not attracted to for your whole fucking life? When just because something bad happened to them, why is it your responsibility to put up with that forever?
Yeah. Of course.
This guy,
of course, that's
this
what I
guy's
think.
thing. Okay, the only way that it could be reversible is if he's just talking about getting fat. Like,
right.
He's
that's what he means.
talking about getting fat.
So
yeah.
So I don't know why he didn't just say that, but like.
I don't know either.
talking around
so
the
this
point, I think.
literally is not a problem for me. So.
The way I see it, like, if I'm attracted to someone, I'm not attracted to someone just because they're thin. If getting fat is enough to make a girl, like, completely sexually unattractive to me, she probably wasn't that attractive in the first place. I don't think that
there's a certain point.
If she gets
surely one could
if
be
she
fat
gets
enough.
morbidly like if a girl got like that fat and you couldn't steer that ship away from it happening, you have not done your job as a partner.
Come on! It's not your problem.
I'm not saying it's your problem. I'm just saying that if you manage to let
it over a night, then.
Right, this had to happen over the course of years. Like, you don't just balloon to a point of being completely okay. Like, if you're saying that like your girl is no longer attractive because she gained like 30 pounds, I think that your standards are a little too. I don't know, like
30 pounds is a lot of fucking weight, dude.
It is, but I don't think it's enough to make a girl who has a hot face unattractive. Like. If a girl is attractive, it's not just her body.
I mean,
like,
look, it doesn't matter. Look, he's not saying, look, my girl gained X amount of weight. Is it okay that I no longer find her attractive?
Right.
He's saying, if you no longer find her attractive,
I'm just saying that
the
only way you can get there.
That's all it comes down to.
Like, the only way you can get there is if it, like I said, the only possible scenario where this can happen is that they gained a lot of weight, because he's implying that it has to be something reversible. So, like, we're assuming that she gained X amount of weight. If a girl is attractive enough that you like, for me, like the weight is not the biggest factor of sexual attraction. It's her face, it's her, just like general shape and demeanor. So like a girl would have to put on a considerable amount of weight before I would be like, I can't fuck you anymore. And I think that if there's no way that I would allow that to happen. Like at some point as it's happening, I'd be like, hey, we need to backpedal. And if like, to answer his question, I guess, if it got to a point where you could not correct that course and she just let herself go and she doesn't give a fuck, you got to be like, well, we're not even having a relationship because we're not participating together. Like,
right.
Yeah, at that point, it's just a kind of a breakdown of communication and issue between the two people. Yeah.
You got to say something.
And also, I would say,
yeah, that's true. If the girl has no idea that you feel this way, that's a huge problem on your.
Yeah, that means you fail.
Yeah, but also, like, I feel like if it is weight and it's like something that he just let happen and didn't talk about it, that's one thing. Mm-hmm. But I also think that if somebody puts on just a bit of weight and then you're no longer attracted to them and you're considering breaking up, I don't think you were that connected to them in the first place.
That's how I feel.
Look, what if you've got,
that's true.
It's going to be possible if you've got a guy who, prides himself on his physique and wants to date a girl who feels the same way, and maybe they even bonded over their physical fitness. If the girl starts to slip, and it's not, or it could be, the sex could be the complete opposite, doesn't matter. But then, the person is not doing this thing that is important to the other person. I'm never going to judge anybody for breaking up with anybody for any reason, because this is a voluntary opt-in situation.
I feel like this is not something that you would need to ask for advice from us for. Like, this is something that would be a topic of conversation with you and this girl. Like,
you know why he's asking. It's because he's not attracted, or maybe it's not this specific guy, but the idea here is he's not attracted or something like that, and he feels guilty about feeling this way. That's what's going on.
Don't feel guilty.
I want to say something okay, if the circumstances don't really matter, the specifics of how much weight was gained or whether it was an acid attack, it's all whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If you're I'm still on that acid attack joke, by the way. Still just wringing the comedy out of that one.
Good.
If you're not attracted, I don't know, the whole idea of well, let's wait and see if we can get back. Let's wait and see if we can get her attractive again. If she'll do that. I don't know. It
shouldn't be a wait and see. You should be working towards that. It shouldn't be hopefully my girlfriend's going to start losing weight.
If you're at the point...
Be like, hey, I don't want to fuck you anymore. You need to lose weight or this is ending,
Yeah.
I think if you're at the point where it's you're past the point of you're not attracted to them anymore, I think it would be kind of asking for a miracle. I think the odds that waiting are going to pan out and be worth it are really low. And, he's
got to make that calculation himself. Maybe this is a really meaningful. If you're married to someone and then they get fat, it's well, Jesus, what are we going to do here? We gotta.
Time for a divorce.
You might break up with them over this, but it's a serious thing to do. So
I'm trying to imagine a circumstance where she's I imagine if you come to her hey, this, I'm not okay with this. We need to work through this. If her answer is no, I want to be fat, then just break up with her. If her answer is no, if her answer is I will try to work through this with you, let's work together.
The problem is if you do this, you will be the bad guy. Unfortunately,
that is an issue.
That's okay. Yeah. You're talking about breaking up with her if she doesn't.
You just have to be firm on your stance and be I'm not just be talking out of my ass.
I will break up with you if you don't lose weight, and but I'm willing to help. And then if she won't do the steps that you're trying to take, then you just got to keep making it clear.
The problem is that this situation is framed by society that the person making the complaint is wrong, right? Because society now is healthy at any size, it's fine. You're just being a shallow, vapid person. But it's not that you're being a shallow, vapid person. It's that this is, like Nate said, a voluntary kind of relationship that both parties entered into, and now one of the conditions that brought you into it to begin with has changed.
They've changed the terms.
And so it's not you being shallow. It's that one of the main reasons you were invested in it to begin with is no longer valid, and so the entire contract is now null and void. And so it is not rude, it is not shallow, it is completely makes sense. And
Tom, you say society, but I think most people would agree with our stance here. I don't think this is.
I think they would have to.
I think even today, this would not be considered unreasonable.
I think
I'm sure
people would do it,
but I'm saying would probably disagree.
I'm only saying more that like society would say that like if the culture would present someone doing this as being kind of a dick.
I mean, I think you could probably spin it either way.
I don't think there's an argument to be made that you're a dick if you're trying to help them lose the weight. It'd be one thing if you're just like, you need to burn weight or else
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think you should have to help them. I don't think you should be responsible for them at all.
Well,
you don't have to.
Your idea's clear.
I think if you're in a good relationship, then there should be some... Like, I'm not saying you have to literally, like, take them to the classes and everything. I'm just saying that, like, if you just break up with someone out of nowhere and you never even mentioned this was a problem, that would be a dick move. If you're, like, telling them, like, hey, this is something that I have a problem with and there needs to be an effort made on your part, then I don't think that's being a dick, you know?
I agree with you.
Seems reasonable to me.
You know, you guys may or may not be aware. You guys may or may not be aware that I not too long ago, got out of a relationship. And if this, it's not the same issue, but it feels kind of the same. Like in my case, it was the personality that got fat in this case. But,
no, Ben, there's this great manga called...
But my only point is that you can't, like, wait for it to get better.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta... You should... 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, it's better to cut that cord sooner rather than later.
Ben, there's this amazing... there's this manga called In Clothes Called Fat by Moyoko Ano, Hideaki Anno's wife.
I know, yeah.
And there's an amazing line where... Because the main girl is, like, fat, and there's a lot of people who wrong her throughout the story, but her solution to that is to become a cunt. And, like, she loses a bunch of weight by just purging and shit. And then, like, once she gets skinny, she's just, like, a total bitch. And there's a scene where this personal trainer who had, like, wanted to work with her, but she, like, blew off the personal trainer. 'Cause she didn't want to have to work for it. She just wanted to vomit her way to victory, basically. And she meets the personal trainer again, and she's just saying some cunty shit to her. And then she leaves the restaurant or whatever that they're at. And the trainer says to her assistant... The assistant's like, oh, well, she lost a lot of weight, and she goes, no, the fat was in her soul.
There you go.
I think I've seen that panel, like, on 4chan or something. I've seen... I know the comic, and I've definitely seen that panel. The fat was in her soul.
It just makes me think... I know we spent a while on this, but, like, it just... I think, like, people will get mad at you. Like, the thing that keeps coming to my mind is, like, what if you... Like, your wife has a baby... and she gains like 100 pounds while having the baby. It's like, okay, of course. I get that, like...
And then help her work
if we're
it back
talking about,
down,
like, 2 years later, and we're still,
if you're having a... I mean, that's a thing you
your
do
first
together,
mistake was you got married, all right? That was your first problem.
Sure.
And your second mistake was
exactly.
If you have...
once you have a kid... I don't know pity at all.
I think if you have a kid, then you're not going to be, like... so concerned about how sexually attractive your wife is. You're a little more concerned about other things,
It seems like a lot of guys cheat after their fucking wife has a baby and they get fat and unattractive. Like, let's avoid
I think it's because a lot of
men's libido doesn't die down.
What do you do if you...
So, like, what do you expect?
I mean, what do you do is that you're clear to, like, your wife in this case that, like, listen, I love you. We had a kid. I want to raise together. I got to tell you, though, you're fat as hell and # no fat chicks. I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
We need to work on this.
Like, you said I had, like, 10 more voicemails, right?
Look, we're not going to listen to all of them.
Wait, we're not?
Well, I mean, we've got like 50. There's no point, or we've probably got like 15 of them. That's like way too many to listen to all of, I think. I just grabbed some random ones.
We could probably go through them faster.
I mean, we 100% could if we wanted to.
Well, let's do it, man. God damn it, play the next one!
Yeah, all right.
Nate, should we have it that voicemail shouldn't be for questions since we already have a question section?
I mean,
I think
does
if
it really
we do
matter?
I don't.
What would we prefer?
I don't know.
I feel like
first?
if we're getting questions from voicemails, then we don't do questions.
But then that just means people have to record, and we won't take any. I mean, we could do that. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. We can think on it.
Depends on what we
discuss it later.
We hear.
Leave a comment.
All right. Well, let's get to another one. Here's one from Mishin. This guy's a big patron guy. I see him around. All right, let's see what he has to say here.
Nate, it's pronounced Trafalgar. Say it with me. Trafalgar.
Trafalgar. Okay, this guy has been telling me that I say Trafalgar or Trafalgar.
Trafalgar.
It's Trafalgar.
Yeah, there you go.
What the fuck is
What are we talking about?
What are you guys talking about?
Trafalgar Law.
It is a character in One Piece that is named after a real person who is called he's named after a battle.
Right,
where somebody was a pirate or a sailor or something. I don't know what I'm talking
Whatever.
about.
All right.
All I know is that in London there's a place called Trafalgar Square.
That's right.
And that's how you say it.
Yes.
Trafalgar.
More like Trafalgar.
Yeah, he got him.
Wait, hold on. Now I'm confused. Because
Nate,
I go to the underground sometimes, and I swear they said the word before. Man, I'll have to listen because I'll be traveling soon, so I'll have to pay attention if I pass it. How they pronounce it?
Yeah, if you're around there, let me know. Let's get the real shit.
Nate, am I crazy, or did one of our weird smattering of ritualistically sung birthday songs in our family? Did one of them mention Trafalgar Square?
No way. I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's review those and get back to
Let's review all of them.
Yeah.
Let's go through the entire list right now.
That is fascinating. Maybe we did. All right. Here's another one, people. Here's another one from Gamer Dan. Gamer Dan. All right.
Oh, I love Game
Here's
Grumps.
your shot, buddy. Yeah, me too.
Hey guys,
just kidding.
Gamer Dan here. I want to know your opinion on diegetic things and games. Are they good?
Diegetic.
How could they not?
Oh, diegetic things. I don't.
What do you mean by diegetic
non-diegetic?
He's just fucking joking around. He doesn't mean anything. That's not a real question.
He's just goofing around. Okay. The diet.
We screened these.
What do you? No,
diegesis.
I was explicit that we do not screen them.
Oh,
I'm coming out as anti-diegesis right now. I don't believe in it.
What is that?
Next
Look, it doesn't matter.
call.
That was a meme.
Next
Let's just
call.
move on.
Fucking Eurotrash. You don't even speak English.
Yeah. Okay, next one. This one's from Gazy Eric. Gazy Eric or something. All right, what do you got?
Hey guys, why don't girls like me?
Because you sound like
Hippo,
that.
listen, man.
Oh,
you can't just live in the woods, bro. You will be raped by bears. The bears will rape you. Stop being afraid of the government. You need to be afraid of the bears. The government works for you, but who do the bears work for?
Just bring a gun to the forest with you.
They just want to rape.
Right. This
and that's
fucking
why
idiot.
You need to be afraid of the bears.
Okay.
They make bear mace.
This
all right, I paused it.
This fucking Canadian idiot. There are no bears in the UK. I will be fine.
I like how this is so random for Nietzsche, probably.
Probably.
You really just poked a hole right in his argument derision.
Well, you didn't even need to live in the UK because there is bear mace and there are shotguns. They are made to deal with bears.
What if they sneak up on you?
It's a
They're
fucking
very
bear.
stealthy, those bears. Yeah.
You get bear dar.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Oh yeah, they sell bear dar too, so we got that covered.
Yeah, if only Steve Irwin had that radar, Sting radar. That is. Oh, if only.
No, too soon.
All right, here we go. Ligma, what do you got for us, Ligma?
Yeah.
Hello, PCP. You're stupid for being called the PCP.
Yes.
While your logo explicitly says TPC. It's incongruent.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a call out.
The discourse has been...
Wait, what was that last bit?
He said it's incongruent. It's incongruent.
It is incongruent.
The discourse has already been had, though.
The procrastinators.
Discourse.
We talked, goddammit, we talked about this. We talked about changing it, and we all agreed we should change it, and then we never did.
Okay, you're right. We need more...
Just like everything else we do.
We need more follow-through.
Well,
we have discussed this.
The idea is that the channel and the group are the Procrastinators, and this particular podcast is the Procrastinators podcast, but we refer to ourselves as the PCP for short because it sounds better than TPC. Also, we can't say the TPC. It would just be the PC.
I guess
so. The PCP makes more sense. It's a clusterfuck. Our names are terrible. But
I still
we're deeply
like the
ingrained
idea.
into it
Like,
at this point.
despite how difficult it is to say, we always say we're the PCP, blah blah blah. I still prefer the fact that we are the Procrastinators, and this is one of the podcasts. We have the Procrastinators Drawcast.
Yeah,
the
that's
PCD.
True.
You know, we have other things. We just don't use those abbreviations.
And God, we have other things.
We kind of have a new thing.
The races,
right?
Oh, that's true. Actually. There's a thing that by now you'll have seen it already. It's the fucking, what was it called?
Backseat Gamers.
Backseat Gaming. Backseat Gaming.
There's no way that name hasn't been used yet, right? Did anyone even look into that at all?
We should Google that. We'll confirm that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
You'll know what the actual title is.
Well, fuck. Yeah, but this is the Procrastinators present Backseat Gaming.
Oh, you know what?
Live.
There's a show done by Smosh called Backseat Gaming, but there is no channel called Backseat Gaming. So, but
shit.
It is Smosh. So these videos have like 1 million views each.
God damn it! All right, well, whatever.
We'll
worry about it
ride
later.
that wave.
Here's another one.
Confuse the kids.
This is from. Here's one from Slightly Better Guy Ever. All right.
Pretty good.
What do you got?
Well played.
Hello. In episode 100
I love that wine.
of the Procrastinators podcast, Nate, in the same episode of the podcast, expresses a desire for, on the one hand, small government in a libertarian sense of the word, and on the other hand, that the goal of humanity should be Starfleet. I believe
here we go. All right.
And it should be pointed out to him that Star Trek is literally communism.
No, it's not.
They live in a communist
it's not,
utopia.
You idiot.
All right, pause.
They're post-scarcity. Does communism even mean anything in a post-scarcity
That's exactly the point.
Anytime someone says that, they are missing that. In Star Trek, you are allowed to do whatever you want. There is no obligation whatsoever. There are people who live their whole lives in hollow rooms just fapping, like, all day.
Yeah.
Like, it is explicitly stated. There are people who just have escaped into hollow reality because there is no obligation to do anything in that world.
I hear this too much. It's disconcerting how many times I hear this point. So Slightly Better Guy Ever, you are in fact not. You're Slightly Worse Guy Ever.
And here, this.
Look, Star Trek exists in a world, just to be super explicit, where, like, the economic system known as capitalism and communism are completely obsolete because there is no need to control the distribution of resources because everyone effectively has infinite resources, at least in terms of, like, you can generate food. There is no need to worry about it. They've got, food generator things. I forget what they're called. So, like, to say that we need to still adhere to the same paradigm as capitalism or communism, it doesn't work that same way. Things have completely changed because they've got the food assemblers and whatever. And, like, sure, it's fair to say that, like, I'm sure big businesses are still out there. But, like, currency has not really... You know what? Okay, there is actually something to the argument because trade still exists. There is still things and items that you can't just replicate. Replicators, that's what they're called. But, like, people do exchange those. God, you know what? Am I wrong here? Because, like, when they trade with the Ferengi, the Starfleet has to actually use things of value, like things that can't just be generated. And what is it? It's like a gold-pressed latinum. That's like the currency that they love, the Ferengi
Gold-pressed latinum?
It's gold-pressed latinum. And you see what they do, Ben, is they take worthless gold. They take worthless gold that can be replicated, and they encase liquid latinum within these gold bars.
What the fuck is latinum?
Latinum is a fictional thing that is very valuable and is, like, used for stuff.
Like,
it can't
it's
be
like
replicated.
latinum, but without the P in it.
It's valuable for some reason that I can't remember. So you can
Is
just have,
it
like,
specifically
and they put it in gold because
it can't be
the stupid
replicated?
people
Yes,
watching
Ben.
the show will know that it's gold and shiny and worth something.
That's right. So they encase it in worthless gold, explicitly worthless gold, just so it'll look.
Because the human
kinda
brain is wired to respond to gold as if it were money or something.
I'm sure that's why the
I don't
show
know.
writers
I think
chose
that-
to do that. Yeah.
I think that makes sense in world as well.
Okay, but in Starfleet, all right, if let's say you're a person in the Federation, you've got, like, for example, there are like shipyards where they build Starfleets. They use giant replicators to produce ship parts that are then assembled. They have to, like, do that. Okay, if you've got a businessman who has one of those, and you've got somebody else who, like, doesn't have one, okay, you know what? Here's the issue.
The issue is that
You
the
can be a
Federation
trader.
itself is post-scarcity, but there is a whole entire galaxy out there still operating within, capitalistic enterprise. In order to interact with them, you have to kind of lower yourself down to these ancient capitalist tradition. And so,
well, kind of, but like, there's like within the Federation, there's nothing that's for like communism enforces you to say no, you get this and nothing else. Within the Federation, you can be a capitalist. It's just that like there's no point in trading things like food because everyone can just get infinite food all the time. So that industry gone, doesn't matter anymore. You could trade like minerals and stuff, which you absolutely can do, and people do all the time. So it's still
how do you stock a replicator with the stuff?
I'll tell you how.
To make
the only thing a replicator needs is power, because a replicator, what it does is,
where'd you get that?
Well, I know it because the way
power?
a replicator works is it doesn't use anything except the subatomic particles that are scattered throughout the universe in a basically infinite amount. It just reassembles those particles from like the space within the replicator
just
into
fucking
whatever
make shit out of cosmic background radiation.
So you've got
sick.
Like,
yep.
Does it like suck up space dust on the way, and then it's got a full tank of atoms?
Well, like subatomic particles exist everywhere all the time.
Subatomic particles.
Yeah.
You're a subatomic particle.
They are so bountiful that there's no amount of like stuff that you could make that would like use them up. They're just everywhere all the time. So that's how it works.
Dude, what about a scarce paucity society where the mail doesn't arrive for a very long time?
Replicate our... Wait, shit. I missed it. Damn it.
He said a scarce paucity society where the mail never shows up on time.
I have bad news for you. That's real
way
life.
better than my joke.
All right, that was good. All right, I think we answered this question. It's not a communist.
But what if we could replicate our weed, bro? Okay, never mind.
The point is, like, you can still be a businessman in the Federation. Like, if it was actual communism, they would like kill you if you try to be like a businessman in a capitalist way. So don't worry about it.
Next fucking voicemail.
Yeah.
Fuck
all right.
that
Here's
guy.
one, and this will be like the last one, I think. This is
I like
another
these.
one. Okay, we can do one or two more.
This is the best idea we've. This is the best idea.
Yeah,
we've
this
ever
is
had,
actually
by
the
way.
best addition to the show we've made.
I'm the one who did
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I'm
All right,
taking
well,
all
good.
the credit.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, Tom's the one who set it up for us.
Hopefully, eventually, we'll escape from people framing their shit exactly like the biggest problem in the universe voicemails.
Yeah, hopefully. When they see the freedom that they're given here. All right, here we go. This is another one from our good friend XXX Epic Gamer 42069 XXX.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
I love that guy.
Let's see what he's got for us. Is it playing?
Nothing.
I don't hear anything.
The fuck? All right, hang on. Let me disconnect and retry this. I did do that right. Okay. Play go.
How dare you insult my goddamn mic quality, Munchie? This isn't okay. I'm
Munchie's not
dealing
here.
with this. I challenge you on the name of the Lord as a battle on Shrek Super Slam next week, 5 o'clock, time zone UTC. Okay? This
What
is
is
real
Shrek
shit.
Super
I'm not
Slam?
gonna stand for this, boy.
Okay, I guess our good friend Epic Gamer.
We'll have to pass this along.
Yeah, we'll have to pass that along. Also, like, it's weird that the PCPs come out like a week later, so I don't know exactly what like time. But apparently, Bunchie's been challenged to a game of Epic Shrek Super Slam. Was that the game?
It appears to be a Nintendo DS like brawl game.
That's sick.
That sounds good. I hope he takes.
It's also on GameCube, I guess.
Okay,
all right,
maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and PlayStation 2. Jesus fuck. How is this
Damn, all
even
right, it's all over the
real?
Here's another one. This is from Hentai is a Japanese colloquialism. All right. What do we got?
Hi.
This question goes out to all the members of the PCP. If you could switch bodies with any member of the PCP for a limited amount of time and do whatever you want inside their body, what would you do and why?
Whoa.
Before we address that question, I just want to point out that hentai is not a Japanese colloquialism, but it is an American colloquialism. Because
that's true.
The way that we use the word hentai is not how it's used in Japan. We just like...
Though, do they use it that same way? I mean, what do they call it?
Well, because... I mean, the word hentai just means pervert or strange over there. But, like, the word ecchi means sex. And when they call something like an ecchi game, it says, like, an H game. And I think that because of the fact that the word hentai is used a lot in anime, especially in the 90s, like, characters would call each other hentai all the time. And so, like, We just
but
kind
when
of
they call someone hentai, when in an anime they say when a boy breaks into a girl's room and she is naked and she screams hentai, she's actually using that as an adjective, right? Like she's describing how pervert
she's saying
she is.
you are a pervert. Yeah, like
she's calling him a pervert.
No, but it's not a noun; it's an adjective. Like she's describing the situation with this adjective phrase,
Japanese
right?
don't have
she's literally saying you pervert. Like hentai is mostly an insult to like some like it can mean pervert or it could just mean weirdo. Like if you called someone a hentai in another context, you might just be saying like they're warped in the head kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like
all right.
But it was a popular insult, especially in the 90s in anime. So like when that shit came to America and we tried to give a name to porn and we saw that they were called like H anime, which would be read as ecchi anime, we called it hentai because we're like conflating these two terms. This is how I understand the history anyways. So yeah, so hentai as a description of porn is an American colloquialism.
That's true. Anyway, what the fuck was the question? Oh yeah,
if we could switch
you could
bodies,
be in someone's body.
Yeah.
I would switch with Tom so that I could draw something from a top-down perspective much more easily, and then I would leave.
I would inhabit Munchie's body so I could enslave humanity and bend them to my will. That's what I would do. Yeah.
I would inhabit
Munchie's. You fuckers.
I would inhabit Munchie's body and then just jump through windows. Like just various windows.
I would probably inhabit like any of you American guys and eat all the American things I haven't tasted before, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I still want to have that.
Do it to Ben so you can ruin his keto.
Oh yeah!
No! It's the Baby Ruth school shooting all over again.
Oh, that gives me a good idea. I would go into any one of you American boys' bodies, and I would log into my Pokemon Go account and catch loads of turtles and spin loads of Pokeballs.
That's good thinking. Good thinking.
It saves on flight money. And I could be at Radcon 4 as someone else.
That'd be convenient.
Then we'd have to pay for the plane ticket with your money.
I would go into Mage's body, and then I'd just look in a mirror and be like, this is what Mage looks like. And then I'd go talk to Biter in real life. I'd be like, what's he like IRL?
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn.
What a trip.
Depends on what time of the year you would do that, though, because 1/4 of the year I'm in Lithuania, hence no Biter.
If I end up in Lithuania, I will just use your money. That's not my money to fly back.
No, you're supposed to take care of Grandma. Don't shirk your duties.
Then you could meet the mysterious cryptid that is Grammy Mage. You know.
See you later, Grandma Mage.
Dunks her head in the
luck
toilet.
Being elderly.
I'm leaving Gram Mage behind.
Wait.
Goodbye. Yep.
No. It's not. She's not called that. She's called is Archmage.
Yeah, she's an ancient wizard.
The Archmage.
The Archmage beckons.
I just really like the prefix arch. I would enter Tom's body and commit crimes. And because he's too poor to sue me and bring a claim to court that it was actually me. So he gets stuck with the rap sheet.
A quick question, like if he
any crimes,
if you guys
it doesn't
entered
matter,
my body,
really.
would you be able to speak Lithuanian?
I'm gonna go with.
I want to say no.
No,
I don't
probably
think
no.
so.
Oh, I changed your mind. You were saying yeah.
It's true. I was bullied.
Why were you? I mean, come on. What do you get the other person's knowledge? That's crazy.
That'd be weird.
That's crazy talk.
Wait, maybe
you jump
become like
into
a
their
headmate.
body
Is
and
this
you
a
gain
headmate
their knowledge,
situation?
then how much of it is?
I mean, if I gain their knowledge, and I definitely want to jump into Munchie's body
is-
just so I can understand.
This is not a headmate.
Indeed.
This is not a headmate situation. This is a Freaky
Right.
Friday situation.
I agree.
Right. All right.
Obviously,
We've milked this question enough.
It's a gold standard for.
I feel like we've
body-swapping
had this question to be asked
porn,
before,
questions.
but
I feel like
I don't remember ever answering.
Right.
I liked our answers better this time.
Well, it might have been.
Well, the problem with the
right,
question
here's
is that
another
the
one.
only person with like a body that you'd have any desire to be in is Munchie, because the rest of us
pretty
are all like exactly the same, and Munchie is like a towering monument to carnage.
here's the thing.
You should all want to. you should all want to swap into my body to experience
The smell?
the mental and physical powers
Ben,
of
when you
ketosis.
I thought about
I've
going
done
into
the
Ben's
work
body
for
so that I
you.
could be a human skunk and just like run people out of rooms that I don't like.
Human raccoon.
Oh,
Ben, when you come over, we have to take you to Keto World.
That's an exaggeration.
It's all the benefit, none of the consequences.
I would
all right,
quickly
here's
just
one
like
from
one more
Monkey.
thing. If I couldn't be
What?
like one of you guys, I would also want to be in Hippo's body because then I could be like I could have like this British accent and then record funny stuff with the funny accent.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Well, all
But
right.
You already
it's
have
not-
a funny
it's not,
accent,
It's
you
not
ding-dong.
like Hippo's accent. I like his accent more. Like when he says things.
Hippo's
it's
allegedly
funnier
British
than
accent.
when I say
yeah,
things.
that's of mysterious.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, here we go. Next one from
Monkey. You're right, Mage. I can't take Hippo seriously.
That's not what I
in
meant.
any way. All right. Everyone, shut the hell up. Monkey, go. What do you got for us?
Okay, you guys. So I'm really passionate about that like land ownership topic you guys like touched on in the last episode. Like if you live somewhere for like 5 to 10 years or whatever, you get to own that place.
Oh, yeah,
So
the
why are
squatting
my
thing.
parents kicking me out of the basement? This is fucking bullshit. God
Oh, damn.
I think you got a case.
I've lived here my whole life.
Right.
Just because I don't have a job, I own this. All right, it's the law.
That might be
Makes
true.
sense.
I don't know.
Also,
I think he's got a case.
Give a review of the aesthetics of ISIS's flag. Thank you.
I haven't
They've
seen
10 out of
I'm
10
interested in
perfection.
flags.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
I'll look it up.
I know what it looks
I mean,
like.
it's black with
I
Arabic
don't
writing
wanna
on it.
look it up, though.
I know.
It's got that
I have one
minimalism
right here.
going
Oh.
on for it.
It looks like a fucking Blackbeard's Jolly
It
Roger.
looks like the cover of a
Kinda.
Godspeed You Black Emperor album.
Yeah, I like it. I gotta say, this is really turning me around on this whole ISIS thing.
Look what I just googled.
It's
that.
kind of it is.
Looks like
It is kind of piratey, but it is
it's
also
really piratey.
It's sort of. I don't know. I don't really care for the font they use.
I don't like how imperfect the circle is. Like, what is with this bullshit? It's all slapdash.
I like that. I think this would look. I like this look. It's got that DIY aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
It would be right
iconic.
at home in a zine for sure.
It is a
I guess
good.
that's
Yes.
true. I guess that's true.
This flag just screams indie.
Yeah.
They're pretty indie. Pretty indie.
You know, I guess it does, but I will always prefer the sort of Nazi, like rigid German efficiency, sort of
Yeah.
like perfect
I'm
symbol.
a sucker for that shit.
I know. I think I'm going with ISIS. Everyone. You heard it here.
It was inevitable.
Ben's ISIS. I'm.
Stay
a
tuned for
Nazi
the next
German.
bonus episode: ISIS versus Nazis.
Oh shit!
Oh,
that would actually
not bad.
get us
That's not
kicked
bad
off
at
the
all.
internet and
We
arrested.
have to learn the languages.
All right. What else we got here?
Okay.
Let's.
One more.
Wait.
I
Do we
mean,
want to comment on his whole? I think we all agree he
I could
deserves
ser-
to live there in the basement. He's
Yeah.
earned it.
No, I contact your representative.
Yeah. Call up
the
Joe
lawyer.
Biden
To join
and tell him
ISIS.
to
Call up-
not kick you out of your parents'
Well,
basement.
you know who I hear is pretty good about like property ownership is Donald Trump. Maybe give him a
Yeah.
call. He probably would know.
Tweet at that
how
guy.
to handle
Tweet at
this.
that guy. He'll hook you up.
You got to
He'll hook
call
you
the
up.
law offices of Barry Feinstein. He's absolutely convinced you have a case.
He
right.
can probably talk your dad into giving you a small loan of $1 million.
All right, let's. This will be our last one. All right, I have no idea what this is.
I could do these for another hour.
These are good, but we
great.
got to get to the end. The other questions and stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
this is our last one. This is from Shankins. Let's see what you got, brother.
Hey, so during RadCon 3, you guys did a Katamari LP. I paid $5 to ask a question on like the live
shit.
stream chat, but you guys never responded and ended up ending the stream without looking at the chat. So I'll ask you guys the same question that I did back then again. Is there any hard evidence, like really, really hard evidence, like just incredibly erect evidence that the female orgasm exists? Please respond.
Well, I've seen some hard evidence.
I think. How do you know it's not faking? We can't perceive anything to be
Let's
true.
take cough again.
I'm going with no.
Never mind.
I mean,
Wait, no, I want to hear Mage. I want to hear what you have to say about this, so that I can dispute
I
it.
exist, and I can tell you. that it does exist.
But consider this. You know, we can only be sure that our own consciousness exists.
Well, okay,
we
then
can never be
like
sure.
with that logic, you guys'
Yeah.
orgasms don't exist. So touche.
Well, I completely agree.
Whoa.
You can't prove the male orgasm exists.
I mean, there's like a
true.
physical product of a male orgasm, you know.
I mean,
Is
that's
it not
true.
also
Yeah.
for the other one?
There's no. Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell the difference
female
between
orgasm. What even is it?
like what is
No one
expelled
knows.
there and what is
I
expelled.
mean, really,
regularly.
what are we
Yeah,
talking
will-
about here?
I'm gonna stop
what's going
talking
on? I
about
don't
this topic,
understand.
by the way.
Where?
Jesus. I'm going to stop now.
How embarrassing for her.
It's because we're getting close to the truth and we can't.
Yeah, exactly. I think we have to call it
Mage,
here. There's no
Would
evidence
you be
provided
more
to this day.
comfortable? Would you be more comfortable if we were debating the male orgasm?
They're equally non-existent,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. I think that's really
I
all
think
there is to say about it.
regardless of the gender, orgasm is a social construct. It doesn't actually exist. I think that's what we can.
That is true, actually. I think
Oh,
I
God.
think that well, because well, it depends on
Well,
if you
back in the
consider.
old days, we didn't have sex. We just sort of came out of the ground.
I think there's
Came out of the
I think that there's a
ground.
difference between I think there's a difference between
Indeed.
coming and orgasm, and I think that difference.
There's not.
I think there
Are you
is.
sure about that? Is that based on anything?
Is it an
I'm not
orgasm
sure of
where you go,
anything
oh, I'm
anymore."
gonna coom, and then you do it? Do you have to say it? Is that what makes it an orgasm?
It's like a Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
attack. You have to
Yeah.
declare the name of the attack before
shit.
you do it. Basically,
I consider an orgasm to be when it's like a full body experience.
What?
Well, are there
I don't
any-
think
you're
that's
right.
medically
An
accurate.
muscle
Orgasm just
spasms and you
is
fall onto the floor.
What it is. I don't feel it in my whole body, but like I definitely know what it is and when it's happening.
Maybe it does exist, but like no one has truly, like, no human could possibly experience it because it would like explode like a nuclear bomb.
I guess it all just depends on where you draw the line on what is or isn't an
I'm
orgasm.
just looking at pictures of baby ducks.
All right. I think it's like the Speed Force. It's like it's a force that exists outside of us that we tap into. You know, when we reach that higher level existence. I think that makes sense. I'm gonna run with that. So you know what?
So in answer to your question, dear viewer, no.
The answer's
it's
no.
fake.
As fake as you are to us.
And so are you.
As we are to each other.
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
We're all just phantoms. We're all just shadow phantoms, and you're the only thing that exists in
We are
this world,
figments
and
of
we
each
are all
other's
but phantoms in a
imagination.
dream.
All right. With that
Yes.
said, I think that was all the ones that I converted. I have to fucking go through, download, and put them on SoundCloud anyway. I think that was all of them. So we're done with that. All right. Let's get a pity question 2 in here. Wrap this motherfucker up. Let's see what we got
there's
here.
a question
All right.
directed at me that I want to answer because it's
Okay,
about
what do you
my
got?
favorite topic ever.
Oh,
Kajuro Bitterthorn.
Do you dream about monsters, Mage?
That's a
Wait,
good
all right.
question, Tom.
All right, what is it?
Oh
But
God.
Who's it from?
Kajuro
Who's it from?
Bitterthorn, I think. Kajuro? But yeah. Mage, have you ever had a dream that predicted the future? Like how I saw the title of the next
I
bonus...
dreamed a dream that Mage wouldn't
Shush.
talk about her
Shush.
dreams.
Shush! I am talking.
All right.
Like
What do you
how I
got?
saw the title of the next bonus episode is talking while eating in a dream yesterday. I was finishing his question. That's cool that you did. And to answer your question, yes. I think there were several occasions, but one that I remember clearly to this day that it still freaks me out is like, okay, so like I was like 11 to 12 years old and I had a dream about like this amazing park and this big ass tree that I never saw before. I never been there, but I had a dream that I was walking there. And then like fast forward to like 2 years later, I'm in England for the first time in my life, 14 years old, walking in this park.
God, let me
and
out.
I'm like,
Help.
holy crap,
Please help.
this is the
Yeah.
park I had a dream about, and there we go. And I
do we do?
finished. You can continue.
Oh, thank God.
I had a dream about 9/11 happening
Uh-huh.
the day
Yeah.
after it happened because I was so distraught, and I love 9/11.
But if you were distraught by it,
Good.
You were distraught that it was over and you'd never get to experience it again.
Yeah, I was too young. It's
Yeah.
before my time. It's not fair. I never got to see the original broadcast.
So that was a pity question from Twitter, right?
No, I think that was from the thing, right?
That was from the chat.
Oh, okay.
Discord.
I see a question here from Rusty Shackelford. Were any of you ever Chunibyo when you were younger? And I want to say I'm still Chunibyo. Sometimes when I'm alone, I mean, sometimes I still just strike a pose, like I am like conjuring energy blast from my hands, just to make myself feel good about myself.
I mean, I don't think we need to remind you about Nate in high school with the Vampire Hunter D hat and the fucking.
That's and when I was a kid, look, okay,
and being completely silent at all times because he thought it would make him more mysterious.
To be like
I wasn't much better. I had that like red leather coat that I got for like a red mage cosplay for summer, and then I wore it to school because it was. Even though it was
worse than
way
that,
too hot
and more chuny, I'd say. I mean, I guess we were just playing. When I was a kid at summer camp, me and this kid, I think his name was David. I can't really remember. We literally said to each other, "No, David, Nate, I have superpowers. And we just like
wait, you did this?
Yeah, I just lied. I just told vicious lies that I just had superpowers and talked about like I said, like, dude, sometimes I like rub my feet on the floor and then I'll like touch something felt and it'll like be a zap. It'll be like nuts. Like that's clearly of me having superpowers. And then I like lied about like how I one time made a big energy ball and it was fucking dope. God, I was a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I spent a while believing that I was God and that everyone else was just my dream. My brother Victor was.
I mean, I still think
my brother Victor is convinced at one point that he could manipulate fire if he tried hard enough. Like
me and my friends in high school, we were vociferously researching developing telekinetic powers, and we were trying to develop them. We were doing research, or reading articles, and trying to do it. One time he told me that he did do it successfully. I didn't believe him.
Yeah, all right.
But it was an actual hardcore effort for a while.
Well, that's cool.
Wait,
to develop telekinetic powers.
Cool. When I was
I respect that.
Yeah.
I seriously believed for like a number of months after reading the like volume 2 of Dragon Ball the manga in the library alone. That Kamehameha could be possible.
I've tried many times.
Same.
Yeah, I've tried as well.
But I realized that was stupid, and then I thought the much more rational explanation, the much more rational way to become Goku, is just to wear weights around my feet.
I did that too.
And never take them off. And I would walk around all the time. I asked for Christmas as a present leg weights.
Me too, dude.
And I would wear them a lot. And I tried
Nate
to jump,
had those
and I was like,
weights.
I was convinced that it was working because when it took off the heavy weights, I felt lighter.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm jumping higher.
Remember when fucking Krillin and Goku wore the turtle shells, and then they took them off and they jumped so
I was actually thinking about
high.
Samurai Jack when you were talking about the leg weights and jumping.
Oh yeah, jumping good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When I was like 10 or younger, I think I was absolutely convinced I will become a magical girl.
Didn't you?
No, her magic was just knives and guns.
When I was like 15,
cocktails.
When I was like 15,
what was the dark
I was
take on
God
the
damn
genre?
it! When I was like 15, I was convinced I was going to become a magical girl.
And you did.
You know, Hummer is the kind of magical girl that I like. She just uses tons of weapons and shit. That was pretty dope.
But she does have like a void closet where she keeps them.
I mean,
all. Like,
she does have hammer space.
It's not like
and
she's
time
totally
stop powers.
I never thought that I had like powers. I don't think, but I did, think that I was like a super genius who could basically do anything given the proper
prep time.
Like if I put
Batman.
my mind, if I put my mind to it,
Sure.
I just remembered.
And I was pretty edgy.
Mm-hmm.
I also made like origami shuriken and threw them around.
That's
when I was 8, I told my friends I could see Pokemon, which I didn't. Yeah, I was like, oh, they're all around us.
No, that was Pokemon Go. That's
on the game.
Yeah, that was Pokemon Go. It still happened.
I guess that was another dream that predicted the future.
Kinda. It kind of went really far though. Like we all like. Oh man, I don't even want to get into that story, but one of the things we did that kind of surprises me to this day that it didn't freak me out. So there was like this kindergarten next to one of my friends' houses Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, you see, like, you can't see the Pokemon, but when they die, they leave bones behind, so let's try and find all of the bones that are scattered in this kindergarten and try and assemble a Pokemon skeleton. And the thing is,
that's so made.
In this kindergarten, we found enough fucking bones to actually assemble something that looked like a creature.
Whoa.
Wait, is this real? Did this really happen?
Damn.
Oh.
It was a war zone after all. Let's not forget.
This like horrifying post-apocalypse that is Lithuania.
What Mage forgot to
the playground littered with
What Mage
bones.
forgot to tell her gullible friends was that she was actually just assembling all the bones of the corpses she'd murdered here, and she was getting rid of the evidence.
Right, yeah, she was getting them to dispose of the evidence for
the
it.
violence does not leave any traces behind. Also, guileful, clever and guileful in her violence.
Hey, here's a question. Anyway. Here's a pity question that is intriguing me. From at a dank wizard, aka Flame On Fieri, asks, have y'all seen those new CGI animated sex ads of fucking Fortnite and Overwatch characters that play almost every porn video now, and it plays a wicked loud, annoying ass song during it? How is no one talking
Why
about
don't you
this?
have ad block?
Yeah, what the fuck?
See, I think I have
Why
not
are
seen
you
them
on
because of
porn
ad block.
sites without ad block?
That seems
I
like
don't understand.
Ben said he's seen them though.
I have ad block, and I have
ad block
seen them.
was created to avoid situations like this.
I'm gonna go to YouPorn right now and see if I can find one.
Well, apparently it doesn't work.
AdGuard is like bulletproof.
All right.
I mean, I've watched a lot of CGI Overwatch porn, but that's of my own volition.
That is like the least appealing thing I can imagine.
I just really like CGI
Overwatch
porn.
has great porn. People make tons of.
I do not
the
like
CGI
porn.
weird stuff. The source filmmaker.
Yeah, that stuff. People work really hard, make good stuff.
Hold on. Somebody fucking likes CGI porn? What the fuck?
CGI porn is like my favorite porn.
CGI is like literally the worst thing porn. I mean, it's like that's a big negative. That's a big minus points in my book.
Don't knock it until you try
I like it a lot. I'll have to show you, Ben.
I've seen it.
I gotta send you some.
Generally, I'm not.
I gotta
into
send
it.
you some of the really impressive shit because there's most of it is really lazily done, but every once in a while, someone will like actually go out of their way to like animate entirely through like a whole scene, you know, like not just repetitive motion, but like an actual animation, and that shit is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, it can be pretty impressive.
It's blowing something beside your mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
sure. Okay. Yeah, like anything, I'm sure it can be done well.
Indeed.
You know, I have seen some that is done well, but yeah, that all right. But I mean, aside from the CG thing, just the Overwatch characters, I hate them.
People
they make
just
me
go
mad.
out of their way because Overwatch is so
Diva's hot.
popular. They just make tons of it for
it's
those
just
guys,
it's not so much a matter of that I would seek it out as that if you are someone who is
It's
trying
everywhere.
to find CG porn and like you think Diva is acceptable, then you're gonna end up watching a lot of it.
Yep,
of course.
Quick shout-outs to RXN.
Well, none of the other ones are hot.
They have a question for me, but I don't want to answer it because I feel like I'll drag out the joke too much this episode.
Okay, fair enough.
I think May is pretty hot. Is she the Eskimo?
Yeah, the big the Chinese lady. She's not an Eskimo, she's Chinese, but she does wear that big bulky coat.
She dresses like an ice climber.
Because she's like working at the South
Chinese,
Pole
though.
or
She is
something.
Chinese.
She's doing
Yeah.
she's an environmentalist,
well,
Ben.
She's cute. I like her.
She's that's true. Yeah, I mean,
God.
she's pretty cute. Although she's her actual body type is excellent, but she looks like she would be fat when she's wearing her coat, but she is in fact
that's
not fat.
probably my favorite like great cucking that happened in recent years is that like after
the fatties were like, yeah, we've got fat representation.
Yeah, because they didn't reveal it until like well into the game being out, like what she actually looks like under the coat. So like fan artists had largely drawn her as fat for like fucking 8 months or something.
Don't get me wrong. I can understand fat people like wanting fat representation to feel like that's fine, but I would always prefer just a way hotter chick. I'm always going to want that.
Plus, it was just hilarious to watch that happen.
I mean, agreed.
Do we want any more questions?
I'm trying to find like official art.
I don't know. We're
of the
pretty much
code.
Ben. What were you saying? What are you saying?
I was saying I'm trying to find like some official image of what she looks like under the coat because I haven't seen it.
Okay, watch there's a whole CGI short of her, like the official Overwatch one. Like that has tons of like you can see her.
I think that you might be able to find an image where it was like a summer festival thing. And
there was like
a
spray you could get that had an image of her like playing like tennis or something, and she was not fat. And I remember that was like the spark that set off the whole social justice fucking insanity, because they were just like, she's not where are the roles? I can't do it. I'm just like, thank God this character isn't ruined.
Where are the roles? Diva's probably number 2. I don't know.
I think Widowmaker
maybe
is pretty
Diva.
much number 1. IMO.
I like Tracer.
The blue one?
But she's a lesbian. You can't. That's not canon.
Tracer's alright. Tracer's alright.
It's all about Widowmaker. Widowmaker's ass is absolutely ungodly.
All right, I don't want to hear about fucking Overwatch bitches anymore. Let's.
Whatever.
This is actually terrible, and I feel stupid.
All right. Is there anything else going on here? These questions are all shit.
I thought you didn't want any
how do you deal with aging parents?
Leave them on the hills of Thermopylae.
Yeah, makes sense.
From Geyser. Oh, by the way, from Geyser. How do you deal with aging parents? Pray that they don't call. Put off answering them for as long as possible, and just wait for them to die.
There is one important question in here. Frigin asks, "What's your favorite sandwich? Steak bomb, and or just Philly cheesesteak in general?"
I like a ham sandwich. That's
I need to eat more sandwiches.
A sandwich, huh?
If you want to curry my favor in a public setting, buy me a Philly cheesesteak.
Is a wrap a sandwich?
I'll tell you what my favorite is. If it counts, I'm going with a straight up lobster roll. I love lobster rolls so much. They are the best. They're always super expensive, but they're delicious.
I think it's
I love them.
But wait.
New England boys.
Is it a sandwich if it's on a roll
that's the
and
question,
not
I
between
guess.
2 slices of bread?
Okay, if I just take the bun and just
is
slice
cereal
the bun
a sandwich
in 2
because it's sandwiched between 2 layers of the bowl on each side?
Isn't lasagna just a stack of pasta sandwiches?
Yes. All right, guys, let's.
I want to answer that. I want to answer that. Pre-keto, I probably would have said the Reuben. Although now that you mention the lobster roll, that's a pretty strong contender too. But I really like Reubens. But now that I'm keto, fucking lettuce wrap burgers go to fucking I don't know. Man, what was
part of a lettuce wrap burger is a sandwich?
Well, the lettuce is
in that it's meat between things.
Yeah, fair enough.
What was the
It's not even between 2 things completely wrapped. It's enclosed.
Well, let's just count in the wraps because I honestly haven't had that many sandwiches.
Tell him the place you went. I'm dying to know the place Ben's talking about.
Yeah, but what was the place we went after the Miyazaki movie? After 9 Inch Nails, you know, Miyazaki's classic film.
Oh, it was called
Princess
Mononoke.
Mononoke.
Just like Burger Stop or some shit like that. It's just like a regular ass name.
Oh God. Well, whatever. Anyway, the Gorgonzola burger there is a great burger. You get a lettuce wrap. It's really.
I think
good.
it was literally called
Keto.
Burger Stop.
It was not Burger
called
Stop.
Burger Stop.
It was called Burger Go. Oh, how silly.
Tom, do you
I
remember?
don't remember what it was called. All I know is that I like Italian subs a lot. They're delicious.
I got an Italian sausage for
I
you right
haven't
here.
eaten
Italian
a
sub.
variety of
Sausage and
sandwiches
Italian
before,
sub.
but like if we're counting wraps, I would actually really like to have a taste of all the.
Oh, it's Tasty Burger.
I would like
Tasty
to have a
Burger,
taste
yes.
of all these burgers, wraps, and sandwiches you guys mentioned because I haven't tasted.
Do you not have a lot
I
of those
haven't
over in...
seen them being sold. It's usually like in the UK, and it's usually like your standard BLT and ham and
Mage,
tuna
come
and
down
stuff.
for RadCon.
Good.
We'll take
Good.
you on the sandwich tour. All right, we'll.
Yo, if RadCon next RadCon's in Boston though, let's get some lobster rolls. Oh, it's the best.
Ooh,
clam chowder.
Mage.
Yeah.
How do you guys eat pizza? Do you guys eat much pizza in
there
Lithuania?
are pizza places, but when I'm in Lithuania, I don't eat much pizza. When I'm in the UK, I eat some pizza.
I'm just asking because in Poland, I noticed there were way fewer pizza places than there are in America. In America, there's lots of them, and there's lots of chains. But in Poland, they there was like one in Lublin. There was like one or two places you could get a pizza, and they were kind of weird. Like they were just something was just a little different about the pizza that they made over there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, in Japan, pizza was like a big like special thing. You don't.
Same with the burgers. Like like no place that wasn't McDonald's served a burger that just tasted like a burger. It was like there was like a different quality.
It's
to the
not
meat
it's
or
not it's
something.
not
Made
like
of a different
ingrained in the
animal.
culture. Like the place I live in currently in Lithuania. The nearest McDonald's is like I don't know, like over a 60-minute walk on foot, and I can't be bothered.
What is the like? What type of food restaurant is the most common surrounding you?
Let me think about Lithuanian restaurants, I guess? Question mark.
Like, just like, what is a food, like, what would be, like, the main item on the menu at the places around you? Like, the thing that everybody gets, like the...
I have a follow-up question to
like,
this.
Like, in the Philippines, everywhere sells adobo. Like, chicken adobo is just, like, it's a staple, it's on every menu at every store. Is there anything like that?
I don't go to many restaurants, that's the thing, though, but,
well,
Okay, Mage, I am curious, like, what are some chains? What are some restaurant chains that are common around, that you see around
There's
where
a
you
chili
are?
pizza.
What?
Chili
Never
pizza?
heard of it.
They only serve cold pizza.
No, it's
not
like
warmed.
like the pepper, like the chili pepper. I know of that one.
Okay.
What other ones? Boy, you got me. I don't
Silly
pay attention
pizza.
too much because I don't go to restaurants too much. So,
all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
there's definitely
All
a few
right.
pizza chains. I can tell you that much. I just don't pay attention to them.
Wait, no, I'm not asking just about pizza
that's
chain. I'm
the
just
thing.
asking
Though,
about
like
like
the only
restaurant
chains I
chains
know,
generally.
or like I can remember seeing, were usually pizza chains.
all Mage eats is pizza.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, she also eats
Yes.
bird's milk, as we learned in the bonus episode.
Patreon.com/the
But the answer is
procrastinators. $5.
Is bird's milk.
Yeah, to find out what the fuck bird's
I didn't
milk
know
is.
birds
Right.
produced milk.
Well, then
Yeah,
you're gonna
you'll find out.
learn
Yeah.
something new
Okay,
every
but
day.
like to actually answer
are
the question, if I had to choose from the very small
Sure.
amount of sandwich-like things that I've eaten, I really like hoisin duck wraps, but only if I add mayo to them. So there you go.
Hoisin duck wraps. Whoa, I want to try that. That's not a thing I
Sounds
could
good.
find easily here.
It's
but
in
that
the
sounds
UK.
great.
It's not
I
too
don't-
fancy, but it's nice. It's just like basically duck meat and like lettuce in a wrap, and that's why you add mayo because it adds to the.
Swap that U with an I, and that sounds like my kind of meat, if you know what I'm saying. Do you understand the joke? I mean the serious point.
That's it, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode.
You see calculations appearing on screen, mathematical formulas everywhere.
Grow up.
Okay, I
all right,
just got
that's it. Right, as you said. Thanks for listening, everybody. Patreon.com/the procrastinators. $1, get in the lounge, questions answered. You know the whole fucking drill. $5, bonus episodes, talking while eating. It's a masterpiece. You're going to want to see that
It is a
shit.
masterpiece. I made sure
There's
of it.
that and 15 other old episodes for a mere $5 pledge. Oh, what a steal it is at this point. Get in there, give us money, listen to them, and have a great time. Follow us on Twitter at TPCrastinators. We forget a notification to
And-
remember to ask us those fucking questions.
And subscribe so you get our live streams, and then also subscribe to I Am Games to watch more games.
Indeed.
Yes. we're playing Red Dead Redemption now, and
yeah.
Also subscribe to twitch.tv/Saint Comics
Twitch.tv
while you're at it.
Just go to the
definitely best
description
guy
and
ever.
go to everybody's shit. We all do shit. We're all people. We all got a million
Yeah.
things. Look at all our things. Look at everything. Spread us to your friends. Tell your kids. Tell your wife. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Then bring them back out. Then tell them again. Force feed everybody everything. Give me money.
please.
Yes. There you go.
That's
I
it.
asked nicely. You can't say no now.
Thanks for being here, people. We'll see you next week. Go have a beautiful
Bye.
time.
Goodbye.
Bye.